everybody, and welcome to the Monday Sound Stream, where we have news, I think. It's a weird news week, because we had such a huge news week last week that this week's kind of like a lot softer of a news week.
The the leftovers.
Yeah, it's like the leftovers, and it's like, I don't know, also McFarlane, I guess, it was weird. We had two McFarlane pre-order drops last week, which doesn't usually happen with the same
You mean when
line.
the plant? You mean when the plant aligned? When he the plant aligned and gave you something for for you?
Yeah,
Can't wait to tell that story.
we
Tell that story.
we got all kinds of crazy stuff. And that's the thing. It's not a ton of news, but there's a bunch of these topics I kind of want to like marinate on. I was gonna use a food pun, but yeah, marinate on, because like some of these topics, I'm like, I just kind of want to dig into these a little bit, and it kind of makes it for a fun show when we deep dive on things. As you guys saw in
Okay,
the
it's that.
thumbnail, Hasbro budgets is a topic today.
Hey, yeah, I'm about to say it's time for you to Santa versus Hasbro. Hasbro, new age of budgets.
Yep, new age of budgets is like we'll talk about it when we get to it. Actual Lee said, "Look on the computer screen. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Soundstream. I'm more exciting than a bird in a plane. I can move more."
I'll tell y Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if I had the magical, like, hyperbolic time chamber, like, moment, I would have drawn a new Sound avatar where it's like the Xenoverse 2 Mad Goku, but it's Sound Out instead.
Yes.
Is he your dad or him, like, him, like, holding grip of Hasbro with gritted teeth or something like that?
Yep. Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of where we're at in a lot of ways. Psycho said, "When do we have another sound crash out?" I don't think it's going to crash out this week. I mean, there's stuff I don't like about some of the
And
news,
it
but I don't
has
think it's
I
going to go
mean,
full crash out this week.
I don't know, Hasbro.
It's I think I think I gotta like save it. I gotta not use it every single week, but we'll see. Hellfire said last week was the pipe bursting. This week is the water dripping out from the newly applied plumber's tape. That's a very accurate statement, because it is kind of a bit of a news, like a slow drip of news. But that's okay, because that means, won't be like 5 hours long this week. Last week on the channel, we're almost at 34,000 subscribers. We're like a couple dozen away. Like, it's really, really close. It's like gonna happen anytime now, which is exciting. And then last week on the channel had two, because I did two Blu-ray videos the previous week. I did two comic videos this week. One which I already
Perfectly balanced.
exactly, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. The Comic Spines video was going to be the video last Friday, but then the Gundam Seed Freedom came in, and I had to push that up. I was like, that needs to go in first. And so then move this here, and then the Krakoa guide that I promised finally came out, and it's done, and I don't have to think about it anymore. That was way more than I ever thought I would have to do. I was like, oh, this will be simple, and I was like, oh no, it's not. It was a mess. But it's sorted out, so hopefully it is hopefully it's comprehensive, and well, not comprehensive. Yeah, comprehensive
And,
is
yeah, that's
is
what
the word.
and you don't
Comprehensible.
and you
I
don't
hope
look
it's
like
also comprehensible.
you don't look like Hellfire, the Zodiac Spider-Man killer.
Yeah, it definitely didn't get that bad. But then again, I also was only focusing on X-Men from 2019 to 2024. Because if I tried to do everything, it'd be. I was another YouTuber I was watching, did a 4.5-hour live stream explaining every X-Men omnibus, and I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Imagine doing that for From the Ashes.
Yeah, I don't even know how they're going to handle For the Ashes, because it's like, you can't even really like combine them, because the books don't make sense when you read them collectively. If you just read one individually from all the others, it makes more sense, which is the opposite effect of X-Men usually. Also, Hellfire said, "What's with the new A/B testing with thumbnails?" I got both for the Spine video. It's been a feature on YouTube for a while that you can just like, you can test
Yeah,
thumbnails,
I've
you can
seen that.
test titles. I've had that
It got
feature. I've had that feature for like
yeah,
3 years, and I've used it before. The only reason I used it on both of these videos was because I had multiple ideas. Like, I feel like it may help the algorithm a little bit. Like, YouTube's like, you're doing a thumbnail test. We'll put the video out to more people. But I just,
I
if
would
I
say
have multiple thumbnail options, I'll just throw them in. I'm not really
I would
consciously
say
doing it.
I would say when I saw that Cheetah come around, see other people do it, I get like Mandela effect where it's like, where it's like I swear I saw this video before or
Yeah.
something like that.
And that's the thing is like, you can also do A/B testing on titles. And I don't want to do that because it's like at least if I keep the title consistent, then it's the same video, and it's just and also because I keep
Yeah,
everything in the gray box stays the same. I just switch out the picture because I was like with the Krakoa one, I was like, do I want these two books or do I want like the Spine collection? And then I was like, I don't really know which one works best, so I was like, I'll just throw both in and figure it out.
I played these dumbbells before.
Yeah. And then with the comic spines, I was like, I don't know which one's the best one to put there: Sonic, Power Rangers, or Ghost Rider.
I think
So
I think Power Rangers. I think Power Rangers the best because literally, I think anybody with reasonable
yeah,
with reasonability would go like, why when they see something like that.
yep. Nerdy Gamer says, "Hey, Sentai, have you considered making a video about other comic publishers' compact comics like IDW has two called IDW Classics and On the Go, and later in the year, Boom is producing MMPR. That's definitely a topic I want to cover. I think I want to
Because
pick up one of them. I don't have any of them.
I think that'd be a good idea just to help. Because it's such a. I think that is a good market and like
It
good
is.
market bill. So it's like it's a good market bill. So there is definitely some better ones out there with the value and content
What I
wise, such
need
as
to
that.
do is wait for Boom to drop one, and then get that, and then get like because I want to get the there's a um, Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures one, and I haven't really been collecting that series, so I was thinking about getting that, getting the first Power Rangers one, and then doing like a side by side comparison between like Compact, Marvel Premiere, IDW Go, and whatever Boom's calling theirs, and then that way we
I
have like
swear,
a side by
I
side
swear that
comparison.
I
So
swear there was like a Invincible one, but like I did some research and that came out years ago, and
yeah,
like I think they're called like Ultimate Collection, and they're like super out of print, they're expensive now. Something
yeah,
like
there
that.
and
I
there's
feel like
also
they.
like there's some that have been around for a little bit that are like they're supposedly manga size. I've never seen them, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have no idea.
I keep thinking I was like researching and seeing if I could find them, but like I couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't pop nothing pop up for that and such like that.
Muteki says, "Am I going to the comic shop Wednesday or skip for Saturday?" I'm going to go Wednesday and Saturday,
I'm
because
probably I'm probably
I hate
I'm
picking
probably
up my normal comics on Free Comic Book Day because it's always chaos. So I just like to do my Wednesday run and then go on Free Comic Book Day on Saturday.
I only have one book this week, so I'll probably get that next week, and then you'll go Saturday get the free comics and
Yeah.
buy stuff from the comic shop.
Mr. Everett says,
I
"How's
always
the Star Wars Mall TV show going?" Mall Mondays continues going strong. Haven't seen this week's episodes as usual. I watch them at night, and freaking fantastic last week. And I kind of worry about Captain Lawson's coffee intake. He's got more coffee coming into him than a Naked Gun character. It's amazing though. Like Mall Shadow Lord is like kind of
how
incredible.
about
So
how about Dare Tuesdays or
Dare's
Tuesday
Day.
Double
Dare's Day's been fantastic.
Tuesday?
I was gonna bring up like some Daredevil stuff when we talk about the new figures, but it's great.
And then our next subject is talking about when's Invincible,
Yeah,
the end of
I
when's
also haven't been
Invincible.
talking about Fryark. No, that doesn't work. Monarch
Right,
Fridays has
right.
been great, but nobody has Apple TV, so I feel like I just talk into a void every time I talk about how great Monarch is.
It's so
Um,
sad because that show right here is
yeah,
not like really damn good, but it's on Apple TV.
it's fantastic. The episode last week was like the Clone Wars equivalent. Like what Clone Wars did to like the prequel trilogy of Star Wars, last week's Monarch did to Kong Skull Island, which is already a good movie, but like they made it better by like adding context to stuff, and I was like geeking out the whole time. So I really love Kong Skull Island, and like last week's episode, like they're on Skull Island and they do like a bunch of stuff to like tie in and connect characters and go, "Oh yeah, the reason all this happened is because of this." And I was like, "That's amazing." I really really love Monarch. It's great. I wish it wasn't on Apple TV because it's like it's
It's a
great, but
miracle the
it's like
it's a miracle the Ted Show was able to like become a big hit because it's on Peacock,
but
honestly.
Peacock doesn't make enough money for them to continue it.
Yeah, that's true, Sally.
Yeah. Also, I think like so the thing is like the trap is like, all right, if Monarch was on a different streaming service, it would not have as much budget and it probably would get canceled quicker. but more people would see
Yeah.
it. Whereas on Apple TV, they're just throwing money at that thing. Like like the thing is, like in season 1, they were very like conscious of like spacing out their kaiju, but like in season 2, it's like you get a full size kaiju in every episode, whether it's Godzilla or Kong or Titan X. Like they're just showing up all the time, and I'm just like, man, it's great, but it's also like nobody's watching it because it's on Apple TV. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, do I have a favorite MonsterVerse movie? It's between Kong Skull Island and Godzilla King of the Monsters. My favorite MonsterVerse thing
I
though is Monarch though. I
I still
really
need to
love it.
see. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, as a kaiju, I am a big fan of kaiju, but yet I still need to like pop my cherry because I still need to see more. I've seen a good chunk, but not seen like most of the Godzilla catalog and like only and not a big chunk of King Kong. I need to really
Before Godzilla versus Kong, I did a Godzilla, Kong, and Toho Daikaiju film like binge marathon, and it made me never want to watch a bunch of those movies again. But at the same time, I feel like I just have like this wide breadth of kaiju knowledge and experience.
it's the thing where it's like, yeah, I don't need to go. I need to marathon kaiju because you're gonna get poisoned from it.
Yeah.
But like, because like I still only seen like I haven't even seen half of the MonsterVerse. I think I seen the original Godzilla. Like, I seen it in 2014 when it first came out in theaters, and then I saw Godzilla vs Kong doing on HBO Max in the COVID days, and
Hmm.
that's it. I still haven't seen half of the other stuff. I still need to film the.
There's a lot of great stuff. It's the thing with especially with the Showa kaiju films, it's going to be a grab bag. It's like Scooby Doo. Not everything's going to be good, but when it's good, it's really good. Like
I think for
yeah.
me I think I'm gonna have a great time watching Showa Godzilla, especially when he's a one superhero because
Mhm.
that's my junk. Old show like Showa era Toku is like junk food for me because I just love how insane it is.
Yeah.
Like, well, to me, I get joy when I see the strings.
Mhm. It's there's a huge charm factor to it. The only Showa films that really annoyed me is like movies like Dogora where nothing happens, or
Yeah.
Not Destroy All Monsters. No, the other one, All Monsters Attack, where it's just a clip show. I hate clip show movies.
Oh yeah.
Those
Don't
bug
watch.
me.
Don't watch it. Don't watch Gamera. Oh, was it
Super
Gamera?
Monster, I watched that
Well,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. God, that was just clip show
Galaxy
movie.
Express
That
Triple
is
Nine showing up did not save that movie.
It has a good soundtrack. It has a
It
good soundtrack because
does.
literally the Dragon. It's literally the Dragon Ball composers.
Yeah. Yeah, Godzilla X Kong New Empire was the most recent MonsterVerse movie. Someone mentioned about the MonsterVerse comics. I totally could do a video on those because I have all of the Kickstarter like hardcover editions for the MonsterVerse comics. I just try to figure out when's the best time because like I'm currently waiting for my Monarch comic Kickstarter edition.
Welcome, Cal.
Yay, Cass is
Hey,
here. What else am I
but
waiting
still,
on
like,
Kickstarter? I should go check. Because the thing is, Legendary Comics does these great
don't
Kickstarter
you had
editions,
the?
but I'm always waiting for something for like an extra year.
Was there a Universal Monster you're waiting on,
I mean, the Phantom of the Opera's not
or did those can't?
scheduled to ship till next year.
Well, there's Joe also, but
Yeah,
that's not done yet.
I should go check my Kickstarter list right now. Veloquent
But
says, "Are the
still, I
MonsterVerse
mean,
comics canon to the movies and shows? Everything past the first one. There was a Godzilla prequel comic that's been completely overwritten, including one of its characters being played by Kurt Russell now, and so I just don't think that one's canon anymore."
yeah. To
Anyways,
me,
yeah,
to me, when it comes to canon, like comic, like if the comics are tying comic canon, it's just as long as something contradicts it in the main media, then it's all game pretty much.
yeah.
Like that.
And it's like as things have gone on, they've done a much better job at they've done a much better job of what's the phrase? Consistency. Like
Yeah.
they've been much better at like thinking about are we going to tell this story later? Like a lot of the recent comics have been like here's a little story about this. Like what they did was smart is that they introduced all these kaiju at the end of King of the Monsters. And then because of that, they started doing a lot of their tie-in comics where here's this monster's first appearance in this world because we never saw it and we never will see it, right? So they've been kind of doing stuff
Hmm.
like that, which I think has been smart. I'm also checking all of my Kickstarters right now and realizing I didn't mark some of these as ones that I received. Who
When it comes
writes the
to back
comics is a good question.
good. Is it a good variety of writers, or is it like is there actually like one majority writer
I'm
for
gonna
those?
check right now because I don't remember. And let's see if I can get them off the shelf. And most of these, there's a ton of like lack of information on these comics online. But let's see. So because the first one was they did this omnibus. I have the Pacific Rim one as well.
Because that totally pseudo counts as part of this.
Yeah, Godzilla Awakening was written by Max Bornstein and Greg Bornstein. Skull Island Birth of Kong was written by Arvid Nelson. Godzilla Aftershock written by Arvid Nelson. Godzilla Dominion written by Greg Keyes. Kingdom Kong written by Maria Nello. Godzilla Fight or Flight written by Brian Buccellato, who also wrote the Justice League crossover with the Monsterverse.
Okay.
Which I enjoy. And I just realized I have a tiny metal bookmark in here that I almost just crushed. It's got the Monarch logo on it. So there's that for volume 1. But I also have they did a Kickstarter for it as well. It was a Pacific Rim omnibus in a slipcover, and then there's a new Pacific Rim Kickstarter that they started, which is what is it? It's going to be 3 graphic novels with that are like they're supposed to essentially be sequels to the movies because we know we're not going to get another movie.
Was there a Gundam one they did, right? I remember
they started it and then canceled it.
Right? Wasn't that related to the live
No, it was a connection to Build Metaverse.
Oh, okay.
And then they canceled it. Godzilla Kong the Hunted was written by Brian Buccellato.
I'll never forgive Build Metaverse for killing the Build series so much.
Monsterverse Declassified had a bunch of stories by Greg Keyes, David M. Boer, Daniel J. Park, Rosie Knight. So they've had a ton of writers.
I can hear the book creaking when you open
It's probably because I didn't actually read it. This took so long, and they sent the PDF out, and I just read the PDF. And so when I got it, I just stuck it in the slipcase and called it a day.
That's me. I mean, to be fair, that's me what book I read all the either digitally or in singles books. I just get them for collection sakes.
Yeah, if there's a book I've read in the last 5 years, I don't bother rereading it right away.
And I think it's been a good while because that's me with manga, whereas it's been, I read them digitally, but it could be a good while I've read, so I might reread it physically. In such a to get a refresher.
Yeah, when I get my Kaiju number 8 volumes, I just kind of flip through for the little bonus arts and then just put it on the shelf. All right, let's see. So yeah, I do kind of want to make a video on the Monsterverse comics. Let's see. I was gonna check on my. All right, so I'm still waiting on Pacific Rim Final Breach. I'm still waiting on Monarch: The Lost Adventures. Just realized Firefox added a split browser mode. Would have been nice for me to tell me this. Actually, it's really helpful. Where are we at? I'm just trying to check on the status of the Monsterverse Lost Adventures comic because
I love that. Sounds like one of those classic the Lost episodes.
I think that's kind of what they're doing with it. I think that's kind of the idea. Yeah, the books are really nice quality. The Pacific Rim one was a little iffy, but that was the first time that they had ever done that, and so now they've kind of they've done a much better job with it. So, all right, how do I close the split browser view? Oh no,
that's the thing. You don't.
Oh wait, it's up here. I see. I figured it out. Yeah. So okay, yeah. So the Monarch one's still not anywhere close to shipping, so I might as well look ahead at doing a Monsterverse comic guide soon-ish. Monarch ends this week though, but also I can't. It's not like it's going to get an algorithm boost. It can just come out whenever.
Tie it in with minus zero.
Minus zero. That might work. Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a separate Godzilla universe, but still, it's better to do it then than wait till the next film comes out next year.
I have nothing else to do for minus zero, so that kind of tracks. When does the trade come out for Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong 2?
Lucky Boogaloo.
Yeah, let's see.
This is the
Okay, it
ultimate
comes out
showdown.
tomorrow.
Oh.
That did not end that long ago. When was issue 7? I felt like that just came out. Because I read them monthly. Oh, issue 7 came out in February, and the hardcover's out tomorrow. Why can't they do that for everything? How is it that quick of a turnaround for that, but nothing else? Alright, well anyways, we should get on with the show. For our kaiju tangent. Hey, Fighter Cass, how's it going?
Well, how is it going? I came back from the store.
Do you feel?
I feel what?
I've been so. We should. We need to get that sound bite. We need to get the tile card music sound bite in
We should.
in the server.
Yeah, because that would be our next topic of the day. Unless we got any other.
I still love the fact that like Invincible and the Boys was apparently introduced to you guys, not Dark Club, but like Greater Hero Club by me, and I'm like, I have no recollection of this still. and the fact, the only reason I know that it's real is because without any pre-planning, like other people from Hero Club, Wheels asked him, "Hey, who told you to read these comics?" And they said, "Oh, it was Kaus," and I was like, "Well, crap, you're right. I guess it was me."
Cass is like, guys, I made a steak.
Yeah.
Exactly. Literally, that's why I don't remember it being me, because I'm like, I don't. I definitely don't like the Boy.
Also, it's sitting on my desk in front of the deck. I got the Kamen Rider replacement disc from Media Blasters for that one line of subtitle mishandling.
What great pack! Are you gonna put that on the shelf?
I'm gonna put it in the case, right, but I'm not gonna do a video on it.
I'm glad I got a Black and Black RX.
Short,
yeah,
short maybe.
I'm not even gonna do a short on it. I'm just gonna wait for their Garo Taiga release to come out, and then I'll just throw it in there.
You fool! You know how long that'll take?
It's gonna take a while, but I have literally nothing to say besides they fixed the line. I can't even make a short out of it. It's just too much of a. They fixed the one line, so.
Community post? Question mark.
I could do a community post. I could also just put it in the Garo video. I think that's what I'll talk about it. I might. Maybe I'll make a community post. That might be helpful. But also, by the way, speaking of shorts are coming back tomorrow. I filmed 6 of them. So we got shorts for like the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you got your pile of loot in.
Yeah, I got some pile of loot stuff in. It's funny, I filmed the shorts. I was like, oh, I'll do the Deadpool and Wolverine Marvel Legends first, and then I'll do I have one short that I'm tying into a specific day, and then I was like, oh, and then I'll put Goku out that week, and then I'll do the One Piece figure arts after. But then I really liked how my One Piece Usopp and Sanji shorts came out, so I just moved them up to this week, and we can just talk about the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff 2 weeks from now. I don't really care. I want to come back with shorts and make a splash. I really liked how I did the Usopp and Sanji, so I will do the Deadpool wave. I filmed it. It's like next week. It's going to be like technically a sponsored short, and then Thursday will be the manga Goku, and then the following week will be Deadpool and Wolverine wave, and then a bonus Wolverine short about heads.
Of course, Wolverine gets a special.
He gets a special one because it's like the unmasked head thing. So, all right, let's talk about.
He's a special boy.
He is a special boy. Yeah, Blade Raider. I think Media Blasters is not doing stuff on YouTube. I don't know. I think they're only posting on Facebook now. I can't be certain anymore. Invincible. Season 4 ended. It was good. That concludes my review.
I enjoyed it a lot. It's good to talk about a lot of spoilers because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Outside Spoilers, but I legitimately enjoy it because it's funny because I feel like I have a different view of Invincible because I binge watch it because I have a couple of the show into now. So like I feel like I like season 2 more than most people because I didn't have to deal with that like what 4 months was that how long was that break?
It was a 4-month gap in the middle of the season, which killed the momentum.
Yeah, 4 months. Yeah, so I didn't deal with that. I actually think season 3 is better than a lot of people make it out to be. Honestly,
Mhm.
I actually really like season 3 a lot. But season 4, like man, the Ultraman War arc was fantastic. But also I actually think a lot of like the beginning half of season 4 is actually really good also, and like I'm like one of the few people that likes the hell episode.
I
I do
love
agree that
I love the Hell episode and the way I love G7. When you're a comic reader and there's an adaptation that's going pretty damn close to the comic and you're just seeing the comic storyline adapted to the TV show, I live for you gave me a new story I didn't see before. I don't even care if it's good or bad. I just enjoy a new story.
with the hell arc, the only thing I do agree weirdness with it is like last episode, like Marcos actually go to Art going like, I don't want to wear the suit anymore. Then cuts to hell up. Then we get to episode 4 where he's wearing the blue suit again. I feel like they should have like swapped scenes around because it makes it
Yeah.
weird. Like it does make it feel more obvious that it was inserted in because it's what was it? It was an arc that Kurtman wanted to do but
Yeah, he
couldn't.
wanted to do it,
In the
and
comic.
then he kind of got caught up in the Invincible War and the Viltrumite War, and then just didn't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I don't because I think because I like the Hell because I just think the character writing and such was really good, and also I just really like Dark Blood a lot as a
Mhm.
character.
Yeah, I really liked
And you
it,
get
and it was nice to
and you get
see.
And you get Bruce Campbell, Satan.
Yeah. The thing too is like I think that also was just nice because the characters focused on in that episode just disappear out of the comic, and so it was nice to finally see like what that story was supposed to be.
Mhm.
So I
I mean,
appreciate it.
from what I've seen, because I said the read comic, I do have the first compendium. I also have Tick Jacket's first compendium. I still read, but like what I said, there's a lot of improvements from the comic
Oh yeah,
in this scene, especially because I mean, one Debbie's like Debbie and Hulk is
Debbie's
a
a
big improvement.
character.
Yeah.
Like she goes from background image to character, and it's all because of Sandra Oh.
Oh, yep.
Yep,
Like I also heard like Omnimon,
Omnimon.
Nolan, Nolan's character development just better. Like it feels more natural.
Mm.
He's not instantly forgiven, which I do like.
They also made him more horrible in the show than he was in the comics, so that's already part of
really,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They even, that's so funny because even they somehow made Eve's horrible dad less horrible.
Yep.
In the antics. I've seen the scene in episode 1, the original comic, where you're like, oh my god.
Hmm.
So it's great. I do think like I would say my biggest hot take of the show is I don't think the animation is as bad as people make it have to
I
be.
think the
I
people
do
that complain about the animation like it's the second coming of Satan are the people that have not watched enough bad animation in their life.
Yeah, I do agree that Amazon should really get more people on there because like it's not because the voice actor thing is separate.
Yeah.
That's a separate budget. But
They
like
need to
I
they
think
need
it's
to
like
hire more animators. That's why it doesn't look as good as it used to because they are
Yeah,
on a like what is it? There's a
season
four people that are doing effects. Like all
4
the
people doing fa-
man,
yeah,
only four.
four people doing
yeah,
effects and finalizing. And there's like 8 animators. It's way too few people for a show
yeah,
this
and
big.
it's 50-minute episodes, not 50-minute episodes yearly now.
Yeah.
So like you guys need to realize there is gonna be some. I think a lot of people need to give the animators a break because like look, even if they have like, because even I think someone said like even if they had all the money, I still think the final product would still look similar because there's so much you can do with that much time and
Yeah.
manpower. Scenario like that.
Exactly.
Yep. Like even if Hayao Miyazaki was on this animation team, the show would still look the same.
It's exactly.
Yeah, I do like at least agree that they really should bring the 40 animator during the teams for at least the character dialogue scenes. So I
Yes.
feel like there should be a team that does the action and a team that does the dialogue scenes. Because I do think the dialogue scenes dialogue scenes
Like
are pretty much
especially if you
classical.
have like Sandra Oh like crying her head off and then her character model's just dull surprise.
It just yeah, no, it's just the classic pop 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 pop
Yeah.
with the flip flaps and stuff
The
like that.
Archer lip flaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like it's definitely like that's a thing they need to do because especially for stuff coming up, we need a little bit stronger dialogue animation because So a lot of the later parts of Invincible are more dialogue based than action based. So I really hope we can get like a little bit of a bump for season 5 in
I
terms of
mean,
like
hopefully, I mean,
animators.
the boys is ending, and Invincible's like their big cash cow right now. I
Yeah,
think they really
and the
should.
Boys spinoff got canceled, so that's kind of like a sinking ship over there.
Yeah, so I mean, this is their biggest
Yeah.
that like pulling airs and stuff like that. So like they really should up their game with the budget by hiring more people.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it says, you mean like the people who say The Last Jedi is the worst movie they've ever seen, even though they clearly have never seen enough bad movies? Exactly.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like I always say this in the Tokusatsu fandom. Like, watch non-Tokusatsu stuff. Know how truly bad media can get before you complain about a Tokusatsu show. Because like the thing is, like, the worst Kamen Rider show I've ever seen is still like middle tier in the quality scale. Because I've seen a lot of crap.
Oh, you mean the people that treat Power Rangers like Satan?
Yes, and I'm like, the worst Power Rangers season is still better than like. Oh, I'm even gonna make examples. That's just mean. But
I
anyways,
mean, there's still like several Power Rangers seasons out to forever take over the Sentai because I just don't like the Sentai.
yeah,
Sentai.
and it's funny because like Power Rangers and Sentai essentially have about the same quality, which is
Yeah.
consistently solid.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
some people people make this illusion of Sentai is better than Power because it's made in Japan and it's the original.
thing
Doesn't mean it's
Japan.
good. Better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of movies, I saw the Michael Jackson movie yesterday.
So is it? So that's the people have been like it's been getting bad reviews, but is it the case of like is it that bad or just because like from my understanding is it the
I
reason why
was
people are
talking
giving
to a
bad reviews?
friend. I was talking to a friend, and it's he had no like stake in it. He wasn't going to see the movie, and I was just kind of like describing how I felt watching it and stuff. And he was like, "Sounds like it was a fun movie, but not a great biopic." And I was like, "Yeah, that pretty much sums it up." Because like,
Because
yeah,
also because I forget did they confirm or not that this is in two parts or not?
they
I
keep
never got
saying
to.
they want to make a second movie, and I would heavily advise them not to.
Yeah, because like isn't like because I don't understand the reason why it's been getting so much hate is because they don't bring up all the allegations and
They
or
don't
like the
cover
later
the
stuff with Jackson's.
allegations. They plan to. They legally couldn't because there was a clause in the settlement that it could never be depicted in a movie, and so they had to reshoot part of the third act and then restructure the movie. There's like the thing is I say this as like a movie fan also, even if you just take it outside of being a biopic. There is a couple weird like you can tell stuff got cut um
That's the
that
thing
are in the
about these.
movie, and it's like it's because of legal reasons, you know?
Yeah, that's
Um
the thing about biopics. I think some people
yeah.
don't realize is with these type of because there's a lot of biopics out there, but there's clearly the ones that are recognized by the state and ones that are
Mm,
not, and usually the ones that are not are usually bargain bin DVDs, bargain DVDs. Even then, they need to watch for the even then, I still feel like they still need to watch what they say, or else they get the lawsuit of slander.
yes. There was also like a there was also like like there's a thing like documentaries can also get hit with lawsuits too.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
I think some people I think because of this the current day and age, I think some people don't realize how like slander is actually a serious thing. Like
Yeah.
you can't just really nilly say like you might think, oh, you can say anything about a certain person, because you're behind it. No, man. If you say some actually really things, like you're gonna get the slander stick.
Yep.
Slander stick.
Defamation
Like
lawsuits are still the base bone of legal battles.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like you know that's why I always say like do your research before you say anything because I'd rather not us get in trouble in a scenario like that.
Yep.
Because yeah, it's and with when Mike with
And especially with Michael
because
Jackson as who he was, so insanely popular, so insanely like famous, and so many people involved with him and his business that like it is like it the thing I always question about biopics sometimes is like, is your subject too famous to make a movie about them? And I think Michael Jackson might be. That being said, they made a very entertaining movie because for all of his faults, Michael Jackson was an incredible musician and performer, and that
I think
carries forward into the movie. So the movie does
It's
have like a bit of a fun quality to it because of that. But you know, it does butt up against like they'll allude to something but not explore it. And then sometimes I
when it
don't
comes
know if it's a creative choice, and sometimes I don't know if it was a legal choice. But
to
yeah,
people like Michael Jackson, that it has a very controversial history. There is a lot of tippy toeing,
yeah.
and it really depends if you want to step on those tippy toes, or if you even can step on those tippy toes. Because I think like
Also, I've
it
seen
also could
people like make claims about the movie that are not true. Um, which this is a thing, this is an issue I've been finding with internet discourse about movies, is I see people talking about a movie before they've seen it. Like I see this a
yeah.
lot. I see it with fans defending a movie they haven't seen, and I've seen it with people trying to like attack a movie without actually having watched it, because there's a lot of people that clearly just saw that the Jackson family was producing it and saw this as a movie that was to absolve Michael Jackson of all his sins. When I don't think the movie does that or is trying to do that. Um, the movie takes a more like sympathetic approach to like the things that happen in his life that lead him to the things he ends up doing or not doing, because the and also the tricky part about the allegations against him is that they are just allegations. I did a bunch of research into this after seeing the movie, and it's like the first time he was accused, it was settled out of court, and then the second time he was accused, it went to court, but he was acquitted because there was no evidence either time. um, but there, you know, obviously is there's stuff that's like about his behavior that is very strange and unusual, and there's no way to understand it. And then there's like so it's like thing is with the movie is that like some people saw this movie of like going, he did nothing wrong, where like the movie does kind of like address and point out that, you know, he had years of abuse from his father that led him into being a very traumatized person who was not exactly right in the head. Like one of the earliest scenes with him, he's like he's got a pet rat, and everybody's like, why do you have a pet rat? And it's like, you know, it doesn't like dive into it deep. I think I mentioned in like my letterboxd review, it's like it's very surface level. Um but it is very much like there's a lot of shades of like, this is this, he's not understood, he didn't want people to understand him either, like he wanted to be mysterious, and then being mysterious is why we don't know a lot about him in a lot of ways. And so I think the movie's kind of an interesting approach because it just takes a more sympathetic lens to Michael Jackson as a person. In I think in some ways to have people be more empathetic with what he went through. Which
I
I
think
think
also
is
was him.
smart. It doesn't ever say like he did nothing wrong. It doesn't ever try to go like he was perfect. Like it never actually does that. Which I think is actually like one of its strengths. It just
I
doesn't
think
dive into it too deep either.
I think also with these biopic films, also I think something you need to remember: this isn't a documentary
Right.
film. These are these are very much fancy versions of the people they're making a film about, and a lot of times, like they kind of do make things more movie-like to be just more entertaining, right?
A lot
Because
of
like you
times
know,
you have to take somebody's, because life does not have a 3 act structure, but you got to figure out how to do a 3 act structure in a movie. So changes will
like
be made. It's absolutely a
I
thing.
mean, the only biopic I've seen as a recent that is still in my head is Better Man. And from what you told me, love Better Man. Well, very accurate to Robbie Williams' actual life. Some stuff were a lot more dramatized or changed to
Hmm.
be more better to be a film
And
narrative.
they shifted the timeline around of events so that
Yeah,
way it would have a more natural narrative flow of like, you know, beginning action, a fall, and a rise again. You know, and that they just rearranged events, but you know, what was the movie about? Was it a documentary about his life, or was it a movie about what was inside? You know, what was he feeling? What was he experiencing? What was he doing to himself? Like, you know, what is the story of it? And kind of like with Michael Jackson's movie, it's not necessarily a story that's telling the story of Michael Jackson's entire life. It's more of like, this is Michael Jackson and how he escaped his abusive father, is essentially like the through line of the movie. And so when the movie kind of ends sort of abruptly, it does fit the through line they're going for, but it does kind of sort of feels like it needed a little bit more in some places. And Better Man's a good example of how you plus up things, because that movie has like an incredible ending, and it's, you know, it takes a real life event, combines
Yeah,
it with some fictional elements to make a narrative, and then boom, there you go. There's your beautiful
that's
ending.
what. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I saw people like the reactions to the movie going like, "I never want to see another biopic movie again," or "They're all bad." And like, guys, why? Just because one's not good doesn't mean they're all bad. I
Yeah.
mean, again, like, I'm not a
Better Man
biopic guy,
exists.
but yeah, I'm not a biopic guy,
Yeah.
but like, I can recognize the beauty that was Better Man. And I'm glad to see some people were telling like people like, "Well, watch Better Man, please."
My
I'm
whole
like,
my whole
that's like,
feed was Better Man clips over the weekend, which was really fun. The thing is, I think that what works about Better Man as a movie is that it's a great movie musical that is also a biopic, right? Whereas
Mhm.
this is the Michael Jackson movie, and it's so as a movie separated from Michael Jackson, it's fine. When you add the
I
Michael
think,
Jackson elements in, it becomes great if you're a Michael Jackson fan, and if you're not a fan, or if you're wanting the movie to explain things, of where things went wrong in his life, it doesn't do that either. And so it depends on like where are you coming at with this movie, right? Like what are you looking for from this movie? So
yeah,
yeah. And that's the thing too, is like the thing with biopics as well is we got to remember is a biopic is a broad term. Oppenheimer, the Christopher Nolan movie that made almost $1 billion. That's a biopic, and a bunch of people love that. Music biopics are tricky because the thing is you don't necessarily need a sign off on Oppenheimer's family to make a movie about Oppenheimer, but you need the sign off on Michael Jackson's family if you want to use Michael Jackson's music. Because there was I think the Whitney Houston biopic opted to just do like they didn't, the family wanted to have too much control over it, and so the filmmakers said, fine, we're not going to use the music, we'll dodge around the music, we want to tell the story this way. And that comes up a lot with these movies, that they do go through a lot of passes because the families of these artists are involved, so that way the movie can use the music, because that's a good marketing pull. When you go to the Michael Jackson movie, you expect to hear Michael Jackson music. But overall, like if you're just going to see it as a movie, I think it works. It's fun. It's a good, entertaining movie. It's like the concert experiences are great. But I gotta give like all the credit to Jafar Jackson playing Michael in this movie, because he's incredible and he's a first time actor. And
it
people,
happens.
it,
Like,
he's
is he
Michael
happy with the
Jackson's
same?
nephew.
Okay.
But he did spend like 2 to 3 years prepping for this role. It wasn't like he just got it off of nepotism. Like he got it because he practiced, he learned his dance moves, he learned how the music was done, he learned everything about his uncle and stuff. And I think that it really translated into a really terrific performance. And the hair and makeup team were incredible as well, because there's certain moments in the movie. It's not like all the time. There's certain moments in the movie where it's just like it looks like you're looking at Michael Jackson on screen. Like there's certain angles the camera would hit, and it was just like I was like, this is uncanny. It looks just like Michael Jackson. It doesn't look like
I
someone
mean,
portraying him, and that it was sometimes a little unsettling how much he looked like him.
it's similar to like Wade, me and Robbie Williams didn't voice all Better Man, and that
Yeah,
was just a
exactly.
really good.
John
It
O'Davies
was
just
now,
nailed it. Yeah, the thing is, like, I think Jafar Jackson is Michael Jackson, and John O'Davies is Robbie Williams are like two of the best biopic performances I've ever seen. Because it's like it just when you don't even see that somebody else is portraying that famous person, like you've completely succeeded.
it's better than uh Tom Hanks as Walt Disney, and what was
Oh,
it
Saving
was
Mr. Banks.
yeah, because
Yeah.
all I could hear, all I could see is Tom Hanks. I feel like he was too recognizable to be Walt Disney
Hmm.
in that film. I
Veloquid
feel like
says, "Are you positive they didn't use any AI enhancement in the movie?" I'm pretty sure they didn't. They may have done some digital tweaking, but you can see, like, I was seeing it in IMAX as well. There was none of that weird smoothness. There was none of that weird stuff that
no
comes
one
up.
look no one looked like an action figure.
Yeah, nobody looked like an action figure. Like it was all prosthetics, makeup. Yeah, because they had to do a lot of stuff because the movie covers like when Michael Jackson had his nose size reduced, and so like they it was prosthetics and makeup team like 100%. Um, yeah, it was crazy good because I remember which movie was it? Furiosa did this crazy thing where they had an algorithm that could essentially they created like a like they had Anya Taylor-Joy, and then they had the girl playing her as a kid, and then they had like a dial that let them just adjust the age so that they would eventually like merge into the same person, and they like used it throughout all the flashbacks in Furiosa, and it looked a little weird. There was none of that going on here. So I'm very impressed by that. Also, Coleman Domingo never misses. That guy is good in everything. This is no different. He played Joseph Jackson so well that I wanted to punch Joseph Jackson. And then I was like, but that's Coleman Domingo up there. I love Coleman Domingo, but like he's really good at playing a villain.
when
Yeah.
you want to play it, that reminds me of Invincible versus. It's because that wasn't Steven Yeun as
Yeah.
Mark in that game. It's actually Alex Lee. And he
Yeah.
tricked the whole. Everyone was so tricked by him. Everyone's like, that wasn't Steven
Yep.
Yeun.
Veloquence, no, that was the thing. Even behind the voice actors thought it was Steven Yeun.
Steven Yeun, yeah.
Yeah. Veloquence said, is it worth seeing in IMAX? I think absolutely. I think it's absolutely worth seeing in IMAX because the highlight of the film really is when it gets to do these big performances and these huge musical performances, and seeing that on the IMAX screen is amazing. Something I will also, Blade Raider mentioned, much prefer the likes of Better Man when there's an outlandishness that helps suspend the disbelief. I think that does work for music biopics. I feel like music biopics should all be musicals because you don't have to worry about a lot of these things.
I think every music should be about monkeys.
No, not every music movie should be about monkeys, but it should be at least. I feel like making them musicals. The suspension of disbelief goes there because I heard Rocket Man's like that too. So.
I think also making him like in a different art makes it kind of feel detached because I feel like I don't know. Maybe it was to feel the face controversy, but I feel like if Michael was like I don't know, like a lion, some kind of like plush or plush toy or a plush toy. It'll make it less like controversial, I guess. I
feel like the thing is, the more research I've done into it, and the more of like just knowing stuff when I was younger and hearing about Michael Jackson, the news and stuff, I feel like no matter what you do with Michael Jackson, controversy is going to show up. It's just the nature of them, I think, at this point.
I mean, the fact that The Simpsons in Disney Plus, they had to take down the episode you voiced in, which is like, it's unfortunate because it was a really good episode. The Simpsons, they had to take that one down.
I do think that I think also that there was something else I took from this movie too. And some people have been sharing some interview clips from Michael Jackson when he was alive, that a lot of people have told Michael Jackson's story, and Michael Jackson never really told his own story. And I don't know if this movie's just adding to that notion of like who really knows Michael Jackson, right? Did anybody really know him?
Did they mention that he made Sonic 3 soundtrack?
They didn't, but the movie doesn't go that far. The movie cuts off at. Everybody says the movie cuts off at 1988. It cuts off at 1984, and they have one scene from 1988. Very strange. Obviously, they had to cut stuff for legal. But it was one of those things where it's like, they didn't get that far, and they want to make a sequel. And I don't know how you make a sequel going past 1988 with Michael Jackson, because after 1988 is when everything gets weird and uncomfortable and a legal nightmare, and this movie had enough legal nightmares just at what they were going with. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what to do in a second movie.
I forget, when did Moonwalker come out again?
That was in the 90s.
Okay, because I feel like that's I feel like that's like a big part if they were to do a sequel. I guess would be Moonwalker.
Because I mean, I don't know. It's spoilers for a real life person, but like basically the movie is covering like him as a child with the Jackson 5 up until the point where he eventually like tells his father and his family he's going to go do his own thing. And that's kind of like the arc of the movie. And so there's like other stuff they could cover. Captain EO, that's a good example. But yeah, they don't get to stuff like Captain EO. They don't get to stuff like Moonwalker, the Sonic thing. Because as soon as you get to that stuff, you run right into the allegations, and then you just run into the problem again.
The term of spoilers for a biopic is kind of a funny idea.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you care about the spoilers for the movie, you would have seen it already. If it was that big of a deal. The pet monkey thing, Bubbles is in the movie, which I found out recently. Bubbles is still alive. Bubbles Jackson is 43 and living in a chimpanzee sanctuary.
Well, the goat.
Yeah, no, he's in the movie, but he's a CGI monkey, which is
Oh,
very
so there
funny.
you go.
Yeah,
So see, more musical should have monkeys.
should have monkeys. It was funny though, because when that chimpanzee smiled, I just kept seeing Caesar when he was a baby in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and it was just freaking me out a little bit. I was like,
all,
Caesar.
all chimpanzees are Caesar secretly.
Yeah. They also did a very responsible thing, and they had like a line about how chimpanzees are not good pets and can actually like kill people.
You should. Have you ever seen Jordan Peele's Nope?
I need
Nope.
to see it. I need to see all of
You
his
need to
movies
watch.
actually. That's like on my
You
list
need,
of movies to watch.
no, I think you'll really like. I mean, I think you will like all his movies, but I think you said you really like Nope.
Yeah.
Especially a lot. That goes. That's sort of a film about child actors and how it affects.
I
See, I'm
remember the
using that
trailer
also.
for it
Funny
was
enough.
talking about like the first piece of film ever recorded was a black man on a horse. And
Hmm.
then Hollywood's been diminishing black people's contributions ever since. I need to
Hmm.
check it out. I need to check it out for sure. I guess I think to I'm gonna have like one more thought, but if the chat has any other questions about this movie, I have like one more thought about biopics that I was thinking about when I was like looking at all this controversy and the fact they had to cut stuff, do all this. I was thinking about the Elvis movie that came out recently that Baz Luhrmann did. That was just Elvis footage of him performing in Vegas and him backstage and interview clips. And I just thought I was thinking about it to myself. I was like, if you wanted to make a Michael Jackson movie and you wanted to avoid a lot of this problem, why not do something like that instead of a biopic? Why not just present Michael Jackson's like music videos? And because his music videos are amazing, right? Like Beat It and Thriller, they're like incredible like short films essentially. Why not get those remastered for a theater experience? Put in some interview clips, maybe do some like pull some footage from like his famous concerts and put that together and like make a concert movie just like celebrating the music of Michael Jackson and then not having to worry about the personal life of Michael Jackson. I think almost maybe I feel like that would have probably made the same amount of money, probably cost less money to make, and probably would have had less controversy around it. But it also would not have given us Jafar Jackson's performance in this movie, so I don't know if that was
Hmm.
the exact thing. Because I think Jafar Jackson, I hope he gets to do more work off this and doesn't just get tied to this forever. Because if he's as good as he is in this movie and other things, he'll go far. So I think that's kind of my thought. Velican says, where does it rank on your biopic top 5? Does it make the cut top 10? If you had to rank them up, we can quick
How
off
many
the top of your
biopics have you
head.
seen?
Gut feeling. All right, I'm going to stick to music biopics just to make it.
I mean, but I think Better Man's always is a lock.
Better Man's a lock
right?
for number 1, and I don't think anything is ever going to beat it. Because nobody's throwing $100 million at a biopic movie ever again. Robbie just had connections.
Yeah, unless the connections.
Yeah,
I don't think
because this movie was like 166 or something like that. Yeah, but still, it was like biopic movies usually don't have that high of a budget. So I think Better Man's like the lock at number 1. I guess I will go biopics overall because number 2 is the Weird Al biopic. The Weird Al biopic is incredible because Weird Al has a boring life, so that movie is just a comedy. It's a parody of biopics. And I kept making the joke to people, like the Michael Jackson movie leaves out the fact that he stole Beat It from Weird Al's Eat It, because that was a gag they had as part of the Weird Al movie, was that Weird Al had wrote like Eat It, and the record company played it for Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson released Beat It before Weird Al could release Eat It, and he was like, "This has ruined me forever. I can't handle the fact he put out the song before me. The record label screwed me over." And it's just like this crazy dramatic scene, over a made up story.
I still love there was a photo, someone released a photo recently of both Michael and Fozzie, and there was like they both don't age.
Yeah, it's true. So I guess it's number 2. Let's see, what other biopics have I seen? The Ray Charles biopic's really good. I put that one kind of high. I'm trying to think of others. I've seen Elvis. I think I'm trying to decide if I like Michael or Elvis more. I'm not exactly sure because I feel like they both have a similar flaw, which is that they kind of just glance by a couple things that they probably should have stopped and focused on. I was less depressed watching the Michael Jackson movie than I was Elvis, mostly because this movie never gets too heavy. Whereas like Elvis got heavy and made me sad about how Elvis died in a toilet. So I guess it would be kind of like maybe it was Michael Jackson then Elvis.
Sorry for other people who don't know about it.
Yeah, sorry about like that's always a thing that messes me up is that Elvis died on a toilet. Sets with me weird. Yeah, I think it's probably about. I guess that'd be my top 5. I do need to see more biopics, I guess, because I really can't make a top 10 off the top of my head.
So here's the thing: how will you do the stand-up pick? Would it be just a stop-motion animated film?
It would be a stop-motion animated film for about 5 minutes, and then the budget would run out, and then we just start shooting it with completely voiceover talent and PNGs.
The way you say it reminds me of the Granny Falls joke stuff. You kidding me? You think we actually animate this hand by hand? No, we use black magic to animate this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. As for so the next biopic that I'm like looking forward to, I guess, is the Beatles ones. I'm still very fascinated. They're doing 4 Beatles movies at once.
I just love I love the doing the Pokemon release schedule for
Yeah.
Beatles movie.
Virgin,
which one do you want? Virgin Ringo or Virgin?
Yep. I will say if they want to make a second Michael Jackson movie, I don't think they should do a sequel biopic. I think it's just don't walk over a bed of nails for no reason. I think it's if they want to make another Michael Jackson, because this was like the biggest opening for a biopic ever. If you're gonna do another Michael Jackson movie, just do what Baz Luhrmann did with Elvis in the concert footage. Just do one of those, like we were talking about. Logic Blaster also agrees that his successful music video footage would have made a better movie. Do something like that. Do like one of those things. Maybe even talk to Baz Luhrmann and be like, "How'd you pull that together with Elvis? We could use some advice," because that's how you do a second Michael Jackson movie. I think trying to tiptoe around it forever is just not gonna go over super well.
Logic Back. La Bamba is a great biopic. Also, the Buddy Holly story. Watch them back to back. They overlap in a tragic plane crash.
God, that's true. I saw La Bamba in school. I don't remember why, but that was a movie we watched in Spanish class. That's what it was. Spanish class, end of the year shenanigans. It's like the last week of school, and the teacher didn't want to teach anymore, and just put on La Bamba. So I have seen La Bamba. That was pretty good.
That does remind me. You mentioned that. All I think is the Hispanic YouTubers I watch. They jokingly call one or the other because it's one is I think one was definitely a white Hispanic and one was pure Hispanic. So they call one white skin.
White skin. I should use that. That's good. Let's see. What was Veloquent said? Did you ever see the Queen movie? Bohemian Rhapsody. So that was the same producer as this movie. I never saw it because I think
was that the one people complain about the editing? I remember.
Yeah, it won the best editing Oscar, but apparently the reason why it won the Oscar, because everybody's like, look how shitty this editing is. I'm like, that's some pretty shitty editing. Why did it win a best editing Oscar? Apparently it's because the movie like went through 3 directors and a bunch of chaos, and the fact it came out semi-decent, the Academy thought we should give this editor credit for pulling this together through black magic, because the complete production was a mess and they were just given a ton of footage that didn't correlate to itself. And so the choppy editing was like the editor salvaging the movie, and that's why the Academy felt that they deserved the Oscar. And you know what? At that case, yeah, they do, because holy shit. But I've never actually seen Bohemian Rhapsody. Probably never will, because I heard about how the other members of Queen were involved. And the movie either downplays or completely like omits Freddie Mercury's sexuality, which is weird considering I'm pretty sure he died from AIDS. I'm pretty sure you can't gloss over that part of Freddie Mercury's life. And obviously you dramatize things for movies, but there's certain aspects that I feel like are kind of important to the story of somebody's life, and you can't just can't just pretend it didn't happen. Especially that, So that's my long review of Michael Jackson. Next week, I will review Devil Wears Prada 2, which I'll probably have a lot less to say about, because it's not based on a real-life person.
It was so weird seeing that, and, like, Disney CinemaCon going like, "Oh, yeah, right, that was, like, a Fox movie, wasn't it?"
Yeah,
Now
Fox
it's gonna
movie, so
Disney.
now it's Disney. I haven't seen the first Devil Wears Prada since it came out. I'm gonna rewatch it this week. And so I'm like looking forward to watching the first one again, seeing the second one. And then I also saw that The Sheep Detectives has like a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, okay, that's a better movie than I thought. I thought it looked good. I didn't think it was going to be a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. But sign me up for Hugh Jackman's murder being investigated by sheep. I'm in for it. That movie looks insane.
What? That's the X-Men plot, isn't it?
Yes. Also, I'm not seeing Mortal Kombat opening weekend, just so everybody knows, because I was talking to my mom. We go to movies on Sundays, and I was like, all right, so Mortal Kombat and Sheep Detective comes out the same day. And I have a feeling you don't want to watch Mortal Kombat for Mother's Day. And she's like, you are correct. We're going to watch the Sheep Detectives. And I was like, good. We'll watch Mortal Kombat the following week.
The thought alone's funny.
Yeah. My mom was like, I still want to see Mortal Kombat. I just, not on Mother's Day. And I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
If only Sindel was in that movie.
Oh, yeah. But no, so I will see Mortal Kombat, but it'll be the following week. Because there's a gap week between the Mother's Day weekend and Mando and Grogu. So I was like, I'll just see Mortal Kombat the following week.
Now, because you ever end up seeing Goat or Hoppers? Yes, he has.
Yes.
He did talk about this in previous streams.
I did. Go back. I saw them. Well, I saw Hopper's opening weekend. I did not see Goat opening weekend, so I have to like dig. It was like kind of a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
But I saw both. I loved both. So you can go hear my thoughts on those streams.
Speaking of Hoppers.
Speaking of Hopper, I guess we're going to start with that one first. We're going to switch up the order on our news. All right. So Hoppers is coming to Blu-ray. What is this? June 2nd. Interestingly, only 2 releases. There will be a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook and a Blu-ray DVD Standard Edition. So once again, no standard 4K for the animated movie.
This is getting ridiculous at this point.
This is getting insane. And so if you want the
I mean,
4K, you're going to have to get the Steelbook and hope that they print enough and not cancel your pre-orders like what happened with Zootopia 2.
I mean, this one probably this might be the last movie we'll get in a while.
Yeah, now that Disney
home
shut down their
media.
home entertainment division. I guess we're going to get
Yep,
this
so-
and Alice in Wonderland, and that's like it for a bit.
I'll definitely actually pre-order this one because I do really love this movie. So I'll definitely
Yeah.
try. I'll try to get the 4K. Hopefully.
My plan is I'm going to order it as soon as it goes up and hope for the best. Because that's what I did with Zootopia. I ordered it as soon as it went up, and mine did go through. But yeah, I'm excited for it to come out, though. Goat comes out like next week, I think. And I think I never talked about it because they never did a formal press release for it. I was like looking for it, and I was like, when is Goat coming out? It comes out next week. So looking forward to Goat. I was going to say Ghost, but that's a different thing. Also, Muteki is just reminding me I didn't order Alice in Wonderland. I should go do that. I think I forgot to order. I'm going to go check. Let me double check I didn't order Alice, because I sometimes order things late at night, and then I forget that I've done them.
Go. You ever get to the game where your order's right, but you go like, when did I bought this?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I did order Alice. We're good. I did order Alice. I wanted to make sure because I don't want to miss that. Weirdly, Alice and Goat are the same day. But Amazon's not going to deliver them on release. They're going to deliver them on the day after. Okay, sure, Amazon.
I love that.
What do I pay for Prime
as long
for?
as you
Get ads on my
Right.
Invincible and to get Blu-rays a day late.
Yeah, I was gonna cancel my because I had to get. I bought the ad-free version. I got ad-free version of Prime Video, so I thought, okay, maybe cancel after Invincible. Then remember, Smart Noir next month.
Yeah.
I guess I'll save it for then.
And they're dropping all of those at once. So you really want to have no ads.
Oh, really? They batch?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
We'll talk about it
God
when we
damn
get to it. All right, Discotek Media's June releases. I just realized my browser is off kilter. Let me fix this. I was like getting the edge cut off. There we go. Discotek's June releases got announced. They include Nana and Nana 2. Kaus, you got any thoughts on these two? I don't know what these are. Gonna go with that's also a no unless he's stepped away. Patlabor, the Mobile Police Early Days, which is the OVA. I have this and never watched it from the Sentai Filmworks release, but the Discotek release fixes all the subtitle problems, so I guess I'm going to watch it now. Or it'll
I'm
go
probably
into
gonna
the
get
stack
this.
again, but...
I think I definitely need. I'm probably gonna get this because I've been meaning to get the Pat layer, but like I think I bought like the wrong Blu-ray from Sentai, and it was like the origin, the secret. It was one of the later
Because there's the
sequel things,
OVA, which has the movies connected to it, and then there's the
like hey,
TV show
yeah,
that has its own OVA.
yeah, it was Pat layer the Keats Files. I think I
Yeah.
got. And I saw it was like the wrong one. I'm like, well, I can't watch this. I need to watch the first thing before I go watch this one.
Yep.
And like that. So I'll definitely pick this one out because I've been meaning to get the Pat layer, just never got the chance to yet.
It's a good time because there's a new Patlabor thing coming out.
Yeah, can't wait for
soon.
that. Can't wait for that. I did
Hana
pre-order them
Yori
all.
Dango Final is a movie sequel to something.
Is this where Gal Guy Genesis is from?
Might as well be. Kamen Rider Stronger, that's what most of y'all are here for me on this one. The
Strong man.
Stronger. We finished my favorite. We
It's
finished my favorite run of Rider shows that Discotek has the rights to because we still don't have Kamen Rider on Blu-ray.
it's where Tackle's from for people who watch Shojima.
Yes, I do love
should
Stronger
advertise
Charge
that.
Up being on the cover. That makes me happy.
Yeah, it was better than the previous cover we saw earlier.
Yeah, it's much better. I'm looking.
They should market it. They should market a release like that. It's like, hey, you saw Shojima, you like that tackle
right?
woman, and want to know why she likes that character? Watch this.
For context, when Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider, watch Kamen Rider Stronger. I find it funny the logo's done in that font. Just a funny font. That's Toei.
The stronger part? The stronger Kamen Rider part?
The stronger part. The Kamen Rider part's pretty consistent with the others, but the stronger part's like, why is it the Street Fighter 4 font?
You're right. I guess we can match as closest to the S logo.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Excuse me while I blow my nose because damn allergies are kicking up today.
J-Pocket, they probably would have marketed it like that if Discotek was able to do a stream before Otakon.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I think as Kaus found out when he talked to them in person, they're not going to do a stream till Otakon. So
I like you make it sound like some kind of like Bigfoot creature. And Kaus found them. It's like you found them.
I mean, as he tells the story, he was at the convention and then he just sees a table of Blu-rays and looks up and goes, "Oh, it's Discotek." Like it was kind of like a Bigfoot sighting. Anyways, I'm excited about this for sure. All right, and then we've got Rose of Versailles Complete Collection, which is nice. Lupin Collection 2, Lupin Specials Collection 2, which is 6 to 10. These are all ones that have been previously released on Blu-ray. I'm buying this to save myself 4 slots on my shelf. Because, yeah. And then we got When They Cry When They Cry Kai Season 2.
When They Cry.
Yeah.
They did season 1 before, so now just the next one.
2 and 3 are up next, so. Good lineup, honestly. Really good lineup. I ordered, of course, as you guys probably guessed, I ordered Stronger, and I ordered Patlabor, and I ordered Lupin. So there'll be a video about that in June. You guys ready to talk about comic books? Let's talk about comic books. Let's start with He-Man. So this is surprising to me, because I thought we'd never get a Masters of the Universe Library Edition from Dark Horse, because they just hadn't done it yet. But this makes total sense what this is, though.
Library editions are they the coffee size books? I always keep forgetting, because library edition means like multiple things depending on the publisher.
Soundout goes silent as he goes to grab a Cyberpunk one off the shelf. Ow! I stepped on something sharp. What the hell?
Ow! The Lego.
It's gunpla plastic. Even worse.
Oh, even worse.
This is a library edition. Big ass hardcover. Somehow $60. I don't get the price on these sometimes. Like, it's not that I'm complaining by any means. Don't listen to me, Dark Horse. But like other publishers would publish something this size for like a lot more. You know what I mean? This is bigger than your standard omnibus size book. Muteki says, "What are you building?" I don't. That's what concerned me too. Is I haven't built anything in months, so I don't know where that Gunpla plastic came from.
It's your revenge. Revenge.
Yeah. But anyways, compared to an omnibus, for example, see, it's bigger. It's bigger than an Omni. It's obviously not as thick, but I find them to be very affordable at $60. That's like
I
the
mean,
price
$60.
of
That's
free
that's
trades.
cheaper. That's cheaper than an Omni.
Yeah. It's cheaper than some Epic collections, even.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. So this, let's go back and look at the contents. This is essentially every comic that tied into the Netflix He-Man shows, Revelation and Revolution.
The Kevin Smith. Those are the Kevin Smith ones. Not
Yeah.
you can't say all because it's a
Right.
CG
I
series.
just remembered the other one existed. My bad. So it's got Master of the Universe Forge of Destiny, which was a prequel. Revolution, which was the tie-in comic to Revolution. Revelation, which is a prequel comic to Revelation. And then the Andra one-shot, which the Andra one-shot never ended up in a trade. So that's actually the first time it's been collected. But it's basically everything that connects to, like we said, the Kevin Smith produced shows. So now I kind of get why they waited to do this, because they're off and running on a new He-Man comic that's not related to those shows. That's like an ongoing now. And then the other comic they're doing is a tie-in to the movie. So it makes sense. They're kind of done. They're done with this era of...
Yeah, I know. I think this whole era is done.
Yeah.
With I'm actually how are these comics? 'Cause it's so
They're pretty solid.
will you say I'll probably like them more natural shows and stuff? I was not a fan of the Kevin Smith shows recently.
One of the comics explains how Teela was 100% justified in being as angry as she was in the first series.
So more fight than the show, because that's like
yeah.
That's how you
because the show she
the
show kind of makes it seem like she just flips out and it goes crazy. The comic goes into detail about how they gaslit her for years, including wiping her memory multiple times.
Yeah, because I feel like they did that because that did happen in the Filmation series.
Yeah.
I would have felt more better about her anger, but she just felt. I mean, I think it doesn't help that I don't think Michelle Keller was a good voice for her either.
No,
so
I think who was it? Melissa Benoist played her in Revolution.
Yeah, no, she was so much better. She was
Yeah.
so much better. I mean, so much better in Revolution. But like, honestly, I might check these out. Check these out, maybe. You know, if they are better. You know, from what you tell me, they are better than natural shows.
Yeah, because here's the first one. The first series is Revelation. I have the trades because I never thought we were getting a library hardcover. So yeah, this is Revelation, which is all about it's got multiple storylines in it, but it's a prequel to Revelation that provides context for stuff. Like there's depths on Skeletor and Hordak. So the first time we knew Hordak was really connected to this stuff. There is backstory for Evelyn in this. There's, of course, the backstory, like I mentioned, for Teela and why she's mad because of all the stuff that they did for her. And then Masterverse was another comic they did that's not included, which makes sense.
Yeah,
this is kind of its own thing. This is an anthology book practically.
Because I did get the issue. I did get the issue when it has the CG cast because I love that show. So
Yeah.
like I got the issue for that.
Forge of Destiny is basically like, what is the status quo He-Man adventure for this universe? Like, that's what this is. Which I like it because it is just kind of like, it's the thing that the show never gave, which was, what is this world's normal setting look like? Because everything in that show is a shake-up.
Because that's my problem with the show, because it's not the Filmation continuity, but yet so we don't know what this universe's normalcy is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what this comic is. And it has Cyclone in it. Everybody loves Cyclone. I love Cyclone. He's cool.
I love Cyclone. Yeah, I love Cyclone. Cyclone. Is it more? Is he more like inspired more of his 2000X song versus
yeah,
vibes?
Totally. And they also
there's
like a whole tribe of blue people that he's a part of.
Because that was his backstory in 2000X, so that's cool. They brought that over.
And then Revolution is basically a Hordak and Skeletor story, as it fleshes out the Hordak Skeletor backstory of like Keldor becoming Skeletor and stuff. So
I feel like I think it really is like I feel like a lot of my problems of the Kevin Smith show movie 6 if they weren't so strictly episode side. I
Yep.
feel like some of this stuff would have been. I feel like I think the Skeletor Hordax could have been explored much more if they had episodes to focus on.
Yeah, and the
It's
only other thing that I do complain about is there is like the Revolution comic does end on a bit of a cliffhanger, and it never got finished up. But
I mean, so the show, so accurate.
yeah, it's actually the show. And then the other thing they've done is the Turtles of Grayskull comic, which is so freaking weird. This book weirds me out. It's a sequel to the mini comics.
The mini comics, which they haven't done a collection of, so you haven't read the mini comics.
And this trade doesn't include the mini comics, which I thought that would have been the time to do it. Wasn't that?
They need to do a new mini comic collection where it has all the current.
They got like 100 mini comics to work with. And then the Andra one shot is about her becoming like Man at Arms and goes into like some more of her backstory and stuff. So I think the comics are good, and they're good. They're good tie-in comics because they expand on stuff we never saw on the show. So I'm glad I'll get it in a library hardcover. I'm going to be happy with that. I have not been reading the current run of He-Man because I don't buy Dark Horse monthly because they charge like $5 an issue, and then the trades are $50. The trades are $20, so it's like I'm not saving any money by buying the trades over the singles, and I don't feel like buying them twice.
I'm getting the trade. I'm getting the first trade of the new series, and I put that in my pull list for my comic shop, mostly because like since Ultimate's going away, I need to find someone with the support the comic shop.
I just keep adding more indie titles to my list. I'm reading Corpse Knight now, which is about a knight who's a corpse.
I need read Ghost Pepper Sound. You'll really like it.
I should. Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre is still like insane.
It's such the ultimate out context comic title ever.
It is. It really is.
The best part is when you tell me that the title doesn't describe the craziness of that book from what you tell me.
Like, you think that Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre would tell you everything you need to know about that comic, but it doesn't. There's so much in it that the title does not get to. Anyone want to know what my poll list currently is? I got a minute. We could do this. Here's my current poll list for anyone wondering. I got Aladdin because it's Aladdin. Dynamite's doing an Aladdin comic. It's the Disney Aladdin, so that's cool.
I wonder if I could touch stuff from the animated series in that book.
I'm kind of curious if they'll do something like that. We got Batgirl, which is the current Cassandra Cain book. Great. Batman Static Beyond, which is wrapping up. Batman Superman World's Finest is great. Batwoman's pretty good. We'll see how Ben 10 goes.
God, for me, I tell people like, do you hear about the Jonathan Kent and Alfred team ups? I tell people like, who wanted this? I'm like, fake fans.
I wanted
it. This is the story I've been living for.
Yep. Corpse Knight is one I picked up on a whim last week, and the first issue was pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking. So that was. Sometimes covers do work. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, DC Sonic Metal Legion is coming up next month. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn, fantastic. Fantastic Four, pretty good. Fantastic Four First Foe Shala Ball, that should be fun. Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre, absolutely delightful. G.I. Joe is amazing. G.I. Joe Real American Hero is amazing. Gunslinger Spawn's pretty good. Harley Quinn Elvira's been kind of mixed for me. I haven't like loved it. You know what I mean? It's like I like it, but I don't love it, even though I probably should.
You saw the newest Beat Break episode?
I haven't yet, because Mall Mondays disrupts my plans. Dynamite's paperback situation is improving, but apparently I found out that like a lot of when Diamond went bankrupt, they were holding on to Dynamite's stock of trade paperbacks, and that's why everything went dark for a while. And they started pumping things out, but they're still missing dates because they're just trying to get everything caught up. So
yeah, that does explain things, honestly.
Yeah. If Destruction Be Our Lot is that one I talked about a couple weeks ago about the animatronic Abraham Lincoln in a world of robots, and he's like ostracized because he looks like a human.
I wanted that one. Like I might get the trade for, but that preview, the description and the previews I saw were really damn good.
Yeah. I got some more Jeff the Landshark stuff as always. The Justice League Dream Girls DC Pride event, which I'm looking forward to. The Dreamer and Galaxy team up. which I cannot wait for. I'm excited about that. That's going to be weekly too, which is fun. King Spawn.
For once, Pride Month actually feels like a month and not week.
Yeah. King Spawn's pretty good. Mask I'm looking forward to. Mum-Ra the Ever Living's really good. That first issue was fantastic. Muppets Noir is great. Planet of the Apes vs. Fantastic Four. I mean, if I said anything bad about it, you know something was wrong with the world. Planet She-Hulk is ending, so whatever. Power Rangers Unlimited. I'm gonna read Power Rangers Unlimited. I'm not gonna read Mighty Morphin or Power Rangers Green.
Come, our Zords.
Let's see. Did the cover for issue 2 officially come out so I could talk about it? No, it's not. It's not officially solicited yet. When it
Which
does
one?
for Power Rangers Limited issue 2, it's not officially out yet.
We talked about that last week.
No, we didn't talk. We didn't talk about the Gold Psycho Ranger last week, did we?
We did.
Oh, we did.
During
Okay.
your crash out.
Oh, okay. I forgot about it. Everything's a blank when I crash out. Veloquin says, how do you come to the decision for the Power Rangers book you're reading versus what you're not? So Mighty Morphin looks like a half-baked Mighty Morphin reboot where they're all old again, which is a story we've been told way too many times, and it's not to pull the glasses pushing fan card, but they don't get the Zord summon call correct, and so that just kind of tells me everything about.
For me, I just don't like the writer working on it because I never like anything that works.
I was not even going to mention that because the book itself I have a problem with. The fact that the writer is a comic book writer I've never read a single good comic book from is also part of it. So, the other thing is, Braden Burrows, do you think DC will collect the House of Mystery issues where Elvira's hosting? Probably not, but maybe they could sign a deal with Dynamite and because they're doing Harley Quinn Elvira, they could maybe do a collection that's co-published. That'd be fun. Jay Delaby, the instincts of being a comic book fan for so long. Yes, I kind of know what I like and what I won't like. So, yeah, written by Tom King. Yeah, that's a good way to turn me off a book. Radiant Black, great.
I don't follow what happens in Wonder Woman, but I saw the recent issues got super negative reviews apparently. I'm like, oh my god.
It was because even people that were liking the book were let down by that issue.
Because I just read the description I saw, I'm like, oh no, those are subject matters that I don't think a man should write about.
Yeah. Radiant Black is fantastic. Rat City is awesome. There's that Rocket Raccoon one shot I'm looking forward to. Rogue Sun's great. Side Dimension Rivals is so good. I wish it wasn't just a miniseries. The Scorched is great. She-Spawn looks fun. Sonic's been consistently good for 87 issues. Never had a dip in quality.
Guy, it's so crazy. It is so crazy that we're getting to issue 100 soon.
I know, right? Space Ghost is still great. Hope they don't relaunch it again unnecessarily because I think it's awesome. Spawn's pretty good. Star Trek Celebration should be fun. Star Trek Red Shirt's getting a sequel. That's exciting. The Starfleet Academy comic's great, and I don't know if it's just because I'm sad the show got canceled, but it's just, I don't know. It's really hitting the right sweet spot on that. Star Trek Last Starship is confusing but weird, but that's Lansing and Kelly all over. Star Wars Shadow of Maul's a very funny comic book because Maul's been in 2 pages in the whole first 2 issues. Because it's a prequel to the show, and so it's just focused on Captain Lawson and the gang situation on Janix more so than it is Maul, because all the development for Maul is in his show. So calling it Shadow of Maul is funny because you kind of just see Maul's shadow.
That's the problem with Doom currently.
Yeah, exactly. They know how to savor Maul. Thundercats X Silverhawks annoyed the shit out of me. First issue annoyed the crap out of me.
A quick TLDR review.
Without spoilers, I didn't know Silverhawks were so easily destructible, and I just want to have a conversation with the writer to kind of sit down and be like, okay, so why did you decide that they are made of tin foil? I have a problem.
Are we talking about Star Trek Red Shirt tinfoil? Or?
Yeah, it wasn't oh, there was a huge fight and this Silverhawk went down after a good. It's like a one-hit kill, and I'm like, how? And then one other character who was was given a new superpower that wasn't established in the Silverhawks comic, and I'm like, where did you get this idea from?
They have silver plastic, not gold plastic syndrome.
I don't. Yeah, it kind of is silver plastic. Like gold plastic syndrome feels more durable than the Silverhawks in that crossover, at least in the first issue. And I'm like, it's on a technical level, it's a good comic, but as a fan, it just reads like I think Silverhawks is way better than the stupid Silverhawks. Or no, sorry, I think Thundercats are way. I got tripped up. I think Thundercats is way better than those stupid Silverhawks. Is the energy I got off issue 1. Which is funny because Thunderhawks is the exact opposite, and it's like, look how cool the Silverhawks are. They're so cool the Thundercats need their technology to help.
That's always kind of a bad mindset for crossovers. I can't give you.
I don't know if that's the mindset of the writer. I'm not trying to put words in their mouth. That's how it came across when I was reading it.
I feel like the best crossovers when both are on the same footing.
Yeah.
When there's clearly more favoritism, it always give you like,
Like, it's funny because basically you have Thundercats Silverhawks has a Thundercats favoritism, and Thunderhawks has a Silverhawks favoritism. And eventually these two things have to meet each other. So I'm very interested. I'm not, like, dropping it. I just was annoyed by the Thundercats Silverhawks issue 1. Transformers is the weakest Energon Universe title, but always has been. Ultimate Endgame, Ultimate Impact Reborn, Ultimate Universe Finale, Ultimates. I mean, that's all stuff that's ending. I don't even have words to say. Universal Monsters Blood of the Wolfman looks good. Fan of the Opera is amazing. There was a splash page where like 20 people died in it, and I was like, oh my god, look how gorgeous that was. And then I realized those were bodies. That's the kind of great comic that is. That made it sound like I'm a psychopath, but I meant like artistically it was beautiful, but it's the chandelier scene from Phantom of the Opera, except people got skewered on the chandelier, and so it looked like this like abstract art piece, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh, those are dead bodies. So it just kind of blew my mind. Actual Lee said Silverhawks is better than Silverhawks. That slip is so funny, I can't breathe. Good stuff. Void Rivals, still great. Love that. And then Wiccan, Hulkling, Raid of Ultron, and X-Men 97 Season 2 haven't come out yet. I guess I need to take all these off my list. These all ended.
I would say with Transformers is like, man, so even though I do enjoy the Skybound comic, I think I do enjoy it, but it gets to the point where it's like, man, I am kind of getting a little sick and tired of Transformers War. Like, specifically, I feel like ever since I don't know, the Siege series, the War for Cybertron trilogy, they really want to focus on the war side of Transformers, and man, I'm tired of it so much currently. Because I feel like everything recently about Transformers is all about the war. And like, can we go back when it just like showed in real Megatron and they're like fighting over MacGuffin instead of making this like one giant war allegory?
It's funny because G.I. Joe is not a war comic right now. It's like a cool Spec Ops book.
G.I. Joe is what I really want Transformers to be again, honestly, because I don't know, because it's getting to the point with Transformers where, like, I'm getting tired because I feel like when you make it a war story, everyone needs to be depressing and angry all the time. I'm like,
it's the nature of war.
I want to go back when Transformers was watching TV for fun, experiencing humankind.
We need like an animated vibe back.
Okay, I really like Metal Carbon.
Yep. AR says to stop reading Skybound Transformers and Daniel Warren Johnson leaves comic. Like, my controversial hot take is that the book maybe slipped a little bit in quality, but it's honestly like Daniel Warren Johnson's art and Jorge Corona's art that followed it is the best part of that book. In terms of writing, like Optimus is great, and then like everything else is kind of just mid-tier for me. I think it's a step up like in compared to a lot of Transformers comics, but like I still think that out of all the Energon Universe books, I felt like Transformers has been the weakest and is the weakest, but it's absolutely the most accessible out of it, which is why I think it gets the most hype.
I still say G.I. Joe's accessible, honestly.
I think it is. There's a lot of people that just have weird hangups about G.I. Joe that are Transformers fans.
Are super outdated.
Yeah.
I think what it is with Skybound Transformers, not only just my problem with the war stuff, but I think what it is, and this has been a problem since I do like Daniel Warren Johnson's writing. I think the problem with it, and this is just a structural thing about the Transformers.
It's 32 straight issues without a single moment to breathe.
Yeah, that, and also unless your name is Optimus, Alita, and maybe Magnus, the rest of the cast are
Starscream.
really artists. And Starscream, your rest of the cast is kind of expendable,
Yeah.
honestly, which is sad.
They'll
because I
have
feel
like an issue about Beachcomber, and then he's never relevant again.
which is sad because it's like one of my favorite issues.
They
It's
spent a
like
bunch of time
Beachcomber.
building up Cliffjumper. I don't think we've seen him in like 10 issues.
Because I think like the character right we got for the characters are fine, but like they made a big deal about Bulkhead finally here in the comic.
He doesn't
Like
do anything.
he doesn't do anything. It's like
Like
stuff like
even
that.
the Marvel comic had moments to breathe and also developed characters better, and it was actively selling toys.
I mean, Boy Rivals and G.I. Joe did a better
Yeah.
job with Hot Rod Springer and Pound because we got
Yep.
time to focus on them. And
I
such
think
like that.
also
We'll
it's
also
funny.
focus on the
GI
rest of
Joe
the
has the
cast.
smaller character roster than Transformers does, and I think Transformers just keeps adding characters. And I'm like, stop and develop the ones you got.
I mean, it
Like,
doesn't help to have their combiners. They're
Yeah.
already like, they're already like.
but even
Well, the
before the
fact we haven't-
combiners showed up, I felt like we had too many people.
Yeah, like the fact we haven't got any Swindle being his usual swindleness is
Yeah.
weird to me. 'Cause I
There's
always
a
say
lot
the
of weird
fact-
stuff, like, and that's the thing. It's like I don't feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, Kirkman can't," and I'm like, no, it's just, and it's also because like Dan Moore is a great artist, but he's a more conventional artist. It's just our art quality went from crazy abstract to very conventional, and so then people started to see the holes in the writing. Whereas before, like the artwork, which is beautiful, does distract from some of the holes in the writing.
But
Just how
like I
it
think
is.
like I love what they're doing with Thundercracker, but like he's now in the background again.
Yeah.
And, which is sad 'cause I really like what they're doing with Thundercracker, but
It's
now he's being
weird to
pushed back
me that Power Glide's girlfriend is more developed in the G.I. Joe comic than freaking
Well, he's not even in
Power
it.
Glide. But no, like he's not even in it, but like, there's like RC doesn't have as much character development as
It's so frustrating because they do a big
what's her
thing
name?
with her. And, like,
Anastasia? Can't remember her
Anastasia,
name.
yeah, yeah. But it's so funny because they do. There's some interesting, cool stuff they're doing in their John Universe Transformers, but
Yeah.
like, there's no time to breathe.
Yeah, it needs a breather issue. G.I. Joe has the smart thing where every 6 issues they take a breather to focus on Night Force. It's perfect.
Like it's kind
Yeah.
of funny. The most exciting thing from Transformers recently is the math stuff, which you think like most people say that's the worst part of the comic. And I'm like, I was interested because the way how they said Mayhem was super cool.
Yeah,
in
like I
Transformers.
don't care about Mask, but I'm going to read that comic because of the setup they
Mhm.
did. Oh, I shouldn't have dropped Planet Death. I forgot that's a book that comes out once a quarter or every 6 months. I was like, let me clear out my list here, and I was like, oh wait, Planet Death is not on a regular schedule. I need to get back on. Sorry. Planet Death's a fun comic because these guys are sent on they're like a military operation, but they're sent to this planet and they all die because it's called Planet Death for a reason. But the book only comes out like once every 6 months. So, Actual Lee says, I've been reading the Marvel US UK compendiums, and those, in my opinion, do a better job introducing new characters and still developing characters. I totally agree, and I think it's also like the IDW stuff was great. But it is kind of my problem with some of the eras of IDW. I felt like they ran into the same issue of like they're just throwing characters in, and I'm like, stop! At least tell me their name.
I think with at least IW1, I do appreciate.
I like IDW
well, I
one. It
think
was the stuff after where I felt like it got.
IW2 was not good.
Yeah.
I thought who was reading IW2, it was so tired. It was a lot of can we get the plot moving when I was reading IW2.
And also when I was
But, like,
reading monthly with IDW one, when they did the book split to Robots in Disguise and More Than Meets the Eye, I was like, why are we doing 2 books? This is too.
I think
yeah.
but I actually like the 2-book thing because like I think like stuff like Lost Light is like I think what we should need more of. It just
Well, that's the
a
thing.
group.
That was my
We-
issue. Is that More Than Meets the Eye with the Lost Light was great, and then Robots in Disguise was literally boring.
Yeah, because I think like what we need is what make like stuff like animated and Prime super good is we just need a group of Transformers. Maybe you can rotate some characters in and out, but we need a core group. And I feel that's the problem with Skybound right now. There's no core group of Autobots right
Yeah.
now with Skybound. It
Or
feels like.
do like a core group per arc. Like the Marvel US comic would do like they had like an arc that was like 6 issues or whatever, and it was like Blaster, Skylinks, and like 2 other people were like the main characters for a while.
The reason why so many Glup Shadows during G1 and such became fan favorites for a lot of people because they
Yeah.
took time to just focus on
Skids.
those characters.
Skids is fully
Mhm.
developed. Ratchet gets development in the Marvel comic. For
Not-
a chunk of time, like in the early part of the days, The book was Ratchet versus Shockwave.
God, Swerve.
Yeah.
Swerve became a big hit character. That reminded me. I still adore Blockies for Blockies wheels who are the pipe. Way too for pipes sake. Squish corpse as an accessory
It's
for pipe.
fantastic.
Recreate his death. That is so morbid. But I love it.
All right, I put it off long enough. The endless supply of Marvel Godzilla crossovers continues because we have literally had one every single month since this started like a year and a half ago. I'm like, they apparently keep selling.
Godzilla?
This is supposedly Godzilla Conquers the Multiverse is supposedly the finale of all this. Thank God.
You said that 12 comics ago.
I know, it's like because what is it? We had a bunch of one shots, then we had 2 previous miniseries. Now we're on our 3rd miniseries, and it's like that's like 21 issues when it's all said and done. I think that's an omnibus. Oh, that's why. Answer my own question. Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider's on the cover.
Oh, so that's the Aka you had to buy.
So I've never read any of these because Godzilla crossover comics, I have read some of them. The Toho Godzilla, when he shows up in a crossover comic, cannot lose a fight. So they instantly become insanely boring to me. There's zero chance anybody has to beat him because legally, he's not allowed to lose a fight. Now, MonsterVerse Godzilla can, and that's why I like Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, not just because I collect the MonsterVerse comics in particular, but I also like it because Godzilla does lose fights because he's allowed to because he's MonsterVerse Godzilla. But Toho's very protective of their Godzilla, and he can't lose a fight. And so you just constantly see the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe go up against Godzilla, and then they just lose, and lose. And it's dull, and I don't want to deal with it.
I'm curious about the Sonic Godzilla crossover. Who's gonna win more, Toho mandates or Sega mandates?
God, seriously, yeah, that's like 2 characters that can't lose. How's that going to work out?
Yeah, did they cancel each other out?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem I have with maybe because I'm just a sucker of Hero Godzilla because those are some of my favorite Godzilla films. But I need more team ups with Godzilla, not like we need to fight Godzilla because those are more
I know
fun.
it's a variant cover, but guys, you are getting your crash out for the week.
Oh no.
Why the hell is Robbie on a motorcycle?
Wait, is it? Oh, I need to see this myself. Hold on.
It's on the Wolverine Godzilla cover.
Oh my god. What?
That's got 2 wheels, not 4.
I wonder this is the case where that was meant to be like Johnny or Danny, but like they were told last minute that was supposed to be Robbie was too late, and because you can't just draw a car in because that'll ruin the whole structure of the picture. So they like, nah, screw it. Just gotta draw Robbie instead.
That's literally what I was gonna say. It was too late to change it.
This reminds
that's the good faith argument. The other one is they were like they're all Ghost Riders, right?
Yeah, I run into that all the time. We talk about how many times Danny and Johnny get merged into one person, right?
The Ghost Rider.
The Ghost Rider. It's just an amalgamation. That I had not noticed this before. It makes
How do you feel about Kaiju Wolverine?
Kaiju will. I mean, it's just because I've seen them do this cover with like every other character. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's not.
Because I said another one with Kaiju Wolverine. So I thought, like, is that something gonna happen in the comic or something?
No, it's just a variant. It's like a variant cover series for these.
Will you buy a Wolviezilla?
Mecha Fin Fang Film is cool. I don't know if I would buy a Wolviezilla figure.
Yes, you will.
In the sense that I don't want it to exist, because if it does exist, I'm going to end up with it.
That's what I mean. We know you will buy it. Stop lying to yourself.
Yeah, everybody's saying like it's multiverse Robbie and he's in a bike. There's actually not a multiverse Robbie Reyes. Guys.
No. I like Peacemaker's comment.
Read me Peacemaker's comment as I go to.
Look, it just Blaze cosplaying as Robbie.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Wait, has it happened? Was that happened before? Weird. That happened before?
It happened before. Also, that's not Johnny's bike, so
it's just generic like motorcycle.
Anyways, in this Avengers comic I don't like, Avengers Forever, they established that Robbie Reyes exists in one universe in the multiverse as a Ghost Rider, which is Earth 616, which is why he alone was the one who could save the multiverse from complete collapse, leaving him stuck in the God Quarry for up to 2 years before they finally got him out of there.
So are you saying that the one give the same Robbie then?
Yeah. The way they established this is the MCU one is the same Robbie. So it already doesn't make sense because, like, Jason Aaron didn't really do his research. He decided to just pick a character to be a one in the whole damn multiverse.
So wait, is it Robbie Reyes or the spirit of his spirit?
No, Robbie Reyes, because he already purged the spirit like 25 issues before this in this comic. He got rid of his evil spirit.
So
yeah, how does it explain Tokon? How does it explain Midnight Suns? How does it explain Contest of Champions? I don't know. It wasn't that well thought out. It just seemed like an excuse to make him seem way more important than he ever needed to be, and then lock him in a vault to not use him ever again.
Maybe he just walks left and he ends up. He's like Zorro. He walks left and he ends up in a different universe or something like that.
I mean, maybe it'd be funny if that was how he got out of the God Quarry. Was he just like stepped through a bunch of other universes and that explains it?
No, that's how their explanation of what he was doing. The God Quarry. He was going to these other universes.
I wish it was, but every time we checked in on him, he's just trying to fix his damn car. Like that. I was like, dude, are you doing anything else? Like,
oh yeah, no, he's repairing the car after like adventuring to other dimensions.
Yeah, I wish Marvel Editorial let somebody write a story that good because that's a great idea. He could be like the Fallen in Transformers, right? Just dies and gets reborn in another universe. That's how the Fallen works, right?
I'll think more sideways. Sideways.
Yeah, sideways. Either or. I mean, sideways is a bike, so it's closer, but. But yeah, still, it's just like I'm like, this is like the one time they can't use the multiverse explanation. Yeah, exactly. We need him actually. We need Robbie and Rivals so that way he can just explain this whole thing. That'd be perfect. Make me happy.
They would probably explain it better, honestly.
They would. They've done a lot of work for Krakoa fans wanting explanations on stuff. So, hey guys, guess what? I'm gonna get into Predator. Because I need to know context for Predator versus the Planet of the Apes. Once again, the titles on these crossover comics, Planet of the Apes, disappoint me because it should be called Predator on the Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, yeah, I know, right?
Right, it should be Fantastic Four on the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I think you really like the Predator series. It seems very much up your alley.
It's up my alley. I've just never had an excuse to dive into it, and yet here it is. Look, an excuse.
It's definitely more. I think it's more up your alley than Aliens. I would say honestly.
Yeah, I'm definitely not touching Aliens. We'll be talking about horror movies in a little bit here. But I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I need to watch all the Predator movies before. When does this come out? July. Yeah, this comes out in July. The free comic book day. Free Comic Book Day is gonna have an Alien, Predator, and Planet of the Apes special.
Soundout. No, it's
and
called
the ape story is a prelude to this.
Soundout. No, you're calling it wrong. It's comic book giveaway day.
All right. Well, it actually is both because if
you see the first Predator movie,
I've not seen any of them.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Predator of the Planet of the Apes is good as well. That's another good title. So the thing is, Free Comic Book Day and Comic Giveaway Day are two different events that are happening on Free Comic Book Day, because if your comics are distributed by Lunar, they got the Free Comic Book Day name, and if they're distributed by Penguin, it's Comic Giveaway Day.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so there's two names, but every shop I know is just calling it Free Comic Book Day, but are going to carry comics from both. So,
because why would you not?
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, J Delabeat says watch them all. I was advised not to watch The Predator.
Was that the 2018 one?
I want to say so because let me go look at
the
Predator
that one
list.
Yeah, because there's Predator, Predator 2, Alien vs Predator 1 and 2, Predators from 2010, The Predator, then Prey, and then Badlands, and then the anime. You should watch the anime film, and the anime film's so good.
All right, yes, because here we got so Predator 1, 2, Predators. The Predator is the one everybody. I got told not to watch The Predator.
That one has a really bad autistic representation.
I'm just gonna skip that one and jump to Prey because I heard Prey's great. I heard that
Damn it.
Killer of Killers
Damn
is
it.
great.
Oh, it's so good,
Badland.
man. Yo,
The Dan Trachtenberg trilogy is probably like so. I should watch the first 3, and then the Dan Trachtenberg stuff, and then I was also told to skip Alien versus Predator, and I also agree with that because I don't need it.
they're they're on their own separate canon, but also like they're first one's boring. Second one's like you can't see anything because they film it so dark you can't.
God,
barely
even the
see
poster's
anything.
dark.
Yeah, you can barely see anything in that movie.
Yeah, I think I'll just do I'll do these 3.
You probably like the Predator comics because Predator's one of those franchises where like there's so much lore from
I
the
know.
comics.
I wish there was better
Dude, yeah, the
collections of it.
comics have huge lore. Yeah.
The comics keep ending up on the Marvel Most Wanted Omnibus pool because apparently Marvel can't print omnibuses or epics of Predator.
Really? Is there some legal?
There's some legal thing, yeah. They can't just
I know
it. It might be Paramount.
because I know it was Dark Horse who did those comics. So yeah, it might
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they can print the Star Wars comics, they can print the Alien comics, but they can't print Predator, and we don't know if they can print Indiana Jones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's such a funny. Do you know about the whole Evil Dead Ash scenario?
Oh, Muteki, I actually read Wolverine versus Predator because it was a Wolverine comic. Just no Predator context. What was that?
But have you?
Sorry, Cal said something and I didn't.
No, I was just asking but I was just asking the same question.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just didn't know what was going on with the Predator stuff, but I did read the Wolverine crossover because it's Wolverine. So.
Have you heard about the copyright nightmare that is Ash Williams from Evil Dead?
I have heard about some of that, yeah.
No, where because originally they wanted Ash Williams in Mortal Kombat 11, but they couldn't because it was clearly obviously it was meant to be, but they couldn't because Ash's rights are split because each Evil Dead movie was distributed by a different movie distributor.
Different company. Yep.
Oh my God.
So his rights is a nightmare because you can't say, oh, I'm pulling Ash from Army of Darkness because technically Paramount, like I think like New Line or Paramount, I forget who distributed the first 2 films, are like, no, we have equal rights to Ash Williams. You can't use him and stuff like that.
That's
ridiculous.
Crazy. Yeah. So I think I'll be doing my Predator watch through. I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna do these first 3, and I'm gonna do these other 3.
You need to see Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Because Peter Cullen voices the first Predator.
That's fantastic. I was just noticing Predators came out in 2010, and so it's like Predator 1 and 2, I guess, are kind of like creatively linked, right?
Yeah.
Then Predators was kind of like, I mean, that's enough. That's as big of a gap as like Terminator 3.
Yeah.
And then the Predator's terrible. Okay.
Predator 1 and 2 are very different, but they're both great. 2 is about the Predator in the city.
Mm-hmm.
in the city.
Oh, that's fun! Like how Jurassic Park Lost World had that scene with the T-Rex got loose.
Honestly, I'm more compared to Monster Squad.
Ooh, okay. Sign me up. All right, so I guess I am doing a Predator binge this summer before that comic comes out because, like I said, I needed an excuse. This is my excuse.
Ash is the evil
copyright laws. That's the true Evil Dead, the lawyers.
Yes. Oh yeah, speaking of mention, that's what Ash can only reference Army of Darkness, Poker Night 2. Yeah, no, love in Poker Night 2. That was a crossover game with multiple things, and Ash was in it. And he only could reference Army of Darkness because that was the version that Ash picked. But whenever he tries to say something that happens in the first 2 films, his words are like yum because he got like cursed, so he can't recount the events of Evil Dead 1 and 2 because of copyright.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
It's the most clever way to copyright scapegoat I've seen.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I was trying to zoom in my browser because I don't want Deadline and Variety's like side banner news stories.
Are they bad?
No, they're not bad. There's just like there's one like a voice contestant died at the age of 24, and it's depressing, and I don't want to look at that the whole time.
Yeah.
Poor guy. The shout outs to his family. That's rough. There's a Predator animated movie called Killer of Killers.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's like the Animatrix, right? where it's like
Yeah, where it's not like it's in different art styles. It's a predator on each like historical timeline. So you got one during like
Eyes of
North
Wakanda.
time. Yeah, pretty much
Okay.
that. Whereas like one's
Cool.
in Nordic time, one's in like ancient Japan, and one's like during World War One. It was so cool.
That sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's talk entertainment. Let's talk trailers. Cody versus Acme has the best
Oh, finally.
best
It's
trailer
free.
debut for an indie studio ever.
Yeah, you're right. It's
I've been
indie
hearing
animation.
about this forever.
Yes. So Ketchup Entertainment saved this from the Warner Brothers tax write-off crew. And the marketing plan of this is the movie Acme doesn't want you to see is
I love
genius.
it. So genius. I love it.
Genius. This movie looks amazing. I don't have anything bad to say because I just think the entire thing looks incredible. I think the premise is amazing of like Coyote wants to sue Acme because of their faulty products, and Acme's doing a big ass cover up because Foghorn Leghorn is telling John Cena, "You better bury this and not let it get out."
Yeah, I love John Cena's the Acme president.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is brilliant, and I'm glad that Ketchup gets to make all the money from it because I think it's going to do very well. There's like nothing coming out around it. It's like it's at the end of August. And it's a complete dead zone for movies, so I think this is a perfect way to release it.
I hope because of the high demand of this film that this can make it get in more theaters. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm hoping so because Day the Earth Blew Up was very limited.
Limited, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say because I know some people were complaining about the animation. Which first off, guys, we knew it was gonna be like the Tom and Jerry, the recent Tom and Jerry. Well, the last Tom and Jerry movie, because there's a new one coming out. But the recent Tom and Jerry movie, we knew it was gonna be like that. And honestly, I don't think it looks bad. I think some angles look off with the whole cell shade animation, but I think overall looks fine. Personally,
I thought the animation on Tom and Jerry in that movie was actually the best part of it because the rest of it sucked.
Yeah. Also, I just love Jay Dell. I love Jay Dell of Beats College. I need about you with Predators. I need an excuse to watch my favorite monkeys to be fighting for their lives.
Yes, you get it. Gosh, it is perfect. All right, so I will say I'm very excited about this, and everybody that I know is looking forward to this. And also, people are like, oh, why is it 3D animation? It's like even the Roger Rabbit sequel that never came to be was going to be 3D instead of 2D because the 2D animation took so damn long that it kept delaying the movie. And you just need to do 3D animation when you're doing stuff like this. Because when you're drawing everything hand-drawn, it works one way. But when you're trying to meld it with live action, you have to do all these different angles that didn't exist before. And that's what, like, Roger Rabbit was a nightmare production because of how many animators had to draw everything to match real-life camera angles. So, yeah. We don't know about full release on theaters yet, but I would imagine because Day the Earth Blew Up did well, and because this one's more hotly demanded of the two, I think they're going to put it in more theaters. Also, because theaters lately, because of like Markiplier getting Iron Lung into theaters are more open to indie distributors now than they were when Day the Earth Blew Up came out.
You see the numbers of Digital Circus, the Digital Circus finale? They're hot. Those things are big numbers.
The way people come out for movies now is different than the couple years ago when Day the Earth Blew Up came out. So I think this is going to be, this is definitely going to be like, I think probably going to be in more theaters. It's my guess. It'd be smart.
Oh,
to
definitely.
Do so.
It'd be dumb. I think in movie theaters recognize how like big this movie is and such like that.
All right, let's talk about the next.
Oh, I was wondering why you guys didn't hear me. Never mind. Go ahead.
Were you on mute?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, let's love that.
I was just agreeing about I was just saying as a screenwriter, it makes me even happy. Like oh my god, I could actually like show my script to somebody now. Cool.
Yeah, there's like the avenues are opening up because the studios are consolidating too much, so people are looking for other ways to make stuff. Right. All right, Clayface movie.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
That movie.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw that one.
Clayface trailer came out.
My biggest takeaway for Clayface. Should this be the third DC Universe movie? No. Am I hype as hell for this movie? Yes.
It
like
looks
that.
really good. I won't be seeing it in theaters, and I gotta tell you why.
Coward.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I am like because I've made movies. Stuff doesn't gross me out in movies. Stuff doesn't creep me out in movies. Effects work stuff. I can handle it. I know how the sausage is made. For some reason, when you start peeling skin, I just ick out and I can't handle it.
I feel that.
That's my line. It's just that's where my line in the sand is. It's skin peeling, and I just
But
it freaks me out.
It's clay.
There's shots in this that ain't clay. I looked at it and I was like, I need to watch that in the comfort of my home when I can pause. I can't. I don't think I can make it through in the theater. Like the thing is, I love Star Trek Voyager. There's like 2 episodes I'll never watch again. It's with the Vidians who graft other people's skin onto their body because their skin's degrading, and I had to pause several times to get through those episodes, and so I was like, no, and so I'll never see them again. I have not seen The Fly. Again, it's my line in the sand. I can handle pretty much a bunch of gross stuff in movies, but when you start peeling skin, I'm done. I don't.
Have you seen the John Carpenter's thing?
I have not yet. It's on my list of movies to watch. The thing is, I can handle like I'll still get icked out by it, but if I watch it at home, at least I can manage it better. But like in a theater experience, I'm more immersed and stuff, and that's when I'm just like.
Oh man, like you mentioned, I love Darkman. That's a great Raimi movie right there.
I haven't seen that one either. Let's see. This is for those of you who are continuity minded. This isn't James Gunn's DCU, and it is confirmed to be. I think it's supposed to be set in the 90s. From some of the trailer context, seemed like it was supposed to be 90s set, but it is before Creature Commandos because this is the same Clayface that was in Creature Commandos.
Even then, maybe not because, as you said, like Creature Commandos was made during the DCEU.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't take Creature Commandos as canon, to be honest, even though they say it is.
Honestly, like, because I feel like that shows could easily be like retcon out, not because of quality, but
maybe
more because
season 2 is gonna like address some of that.
Yeah, because there's no like the way how things are playing out in this trailer. I don't know. Those don't line up because like Clayface and Creature Commandos feels more like Clayface and Creature Commandos from what I've seen feels more like an extension of the Harley Quinn show. Clayface, honestly, from what I've seen.
Yeah, and I think and it's the other thing I'm gonna do. This trailer looks so good, and I think this movie is going to be great, even if I'm personally not like amped to cause skin stuff, right? But like, I think it looks amazing, and I think that's the other thing. I think it going 100% horror was 100% the right decision because a lot of times we'll see like superhero movie with horror influence to pull the horror audience in, but it's like the horror audience isn't going to see a superhero movie, right? The horror audience is going to see a horror movie. This is just a horror movie. I mean, look at this frame we're using as the image. It's horrifying. This is 100% a horror movie that takes place in a universe that has superheroes. And I gotta say, that is one of the best business decisions made in the damn DCU so far. It's not trying to get the superhero audience into horror, and it's not trying to get the horror audience into superheroes. It's just giving the horror audience an opportunity to give DC money.
It's definitely the case where, because I think you think, Clayface horror, that sounds weird, but like you think in universe Clayface is horrifying. Like imagine yourself in Gotham and seeing Clayface. He's that would look gross and yucking,
exactly.
And seeing, so like seeing that his whole story in live action in a pure horror movie sense, that's gonna be horrifying.
Absolutely.
Especially that.
I was also going to say, this is an adaptation of the Batman animated series Feet of Clay episode more than it is the Clayface comics. Because you have Matt Hagen, the actor. But that's fine. Feet of Clay is an incredible episode, and without it, Clayface would be a forgotten villain to time, so...
So like most B-task villain adaptations. But like, because that's the perfect adaptation, because you can... The Feet of Clay is a great basis, and you can really expand on it more. And such, and make it more horrifying. Scott, I keep forgetting how beautifully animated that episode is.
I know, right?
Those clips. I mean,
that was like also it's funny because I still remember this actor playing Clayface from Doctor Who, where he played Ricky September, and so watching the trailer, I was just like, this is just what happened to him after that episode where all the white people got eaten, right?
No, it's he met the Flush.
He met the Flush. God, yeah. You know what's funny? You know what's the one skin thing that didn't squeeze me out in something was in Doctor Who there was that one lady who's just a giant piece of skin in a
because it was so I think because it's so cartoonish.
It was so cartoonish I didn't mind. It's when it gets realistic is when my problem comes in.
Yeah.
When it's realistic or you're taking somebody else's skin and putting it on somebody else's body. like when Data gets that skin graft in Star Trek First Contact, I like always tense up and cringe. And I've seen
And
that
yet,
movie like a dozen. I've seen that movie like 50 times, but
and
it
yet,
still creeps me out.
and yet you're a big Frankenstein fan.
Yeah, I am. But you know what you usually don't see?
Skin, it's body parts usually.
You don't usually see the skin put from a living person to a living person.
Yep.
Yep.
I also because I think especially compared to let's say the Spider-Man-less Spider-Man movies, Batman villains I think can work better on work better.
Yeah.
Like, they can work better without Batman and Spider-Man villains as well. Because a lot of Spider-Man villains he does rely on Spider-Man being there, where Batman villain a lot of Batman runs into them to
Yeah.
stop them. He's never really involved in their origins.
That's why I kind of liked what they
that.
did with Batman in the David Ayer Suicide Squad movie, where he was just kind of like a force that shows up to get in their way. You know, he wasn't like a character.
I think we will see Batman, but it'll be like super silhouette. Like he'll be like a silhouette, like
because they still haven't
legend
decided
type.
who's going to be their Batman for the DCU, so they're not going to.
They said to decide on if they want to make Reeves films DCU still.
Yeah, at most there'll be a silhouette of Batman, or it'll be like the Penguin show, where like the last shot of the Penguin show is the bat signal turning on.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I love Brayden Birdwell. I want a horror movie from the perspective of a Gotham criminal during Batman's first year, so that criminal don't know what's taking him out. That'd be a great idea for like how Batman can be introduced in this film universe. Honestly.
Yeah. Also, I will say, favorite shot in the trailer was when you see the silhouette of his hand turning into a spiked mace.
Yes, spiked mace.
Again,
yeah, that was
100% pulled from BTAS, but BTAS is always a good source to pull from.
Yep.
So I think the movie looks great. I think it's got a lot of potential, and its budget's super low, so it's going to be successful. Like I think the budget's only like $60 million or something, like or less.
Which is right because I think the effects we see in the trailer are really damn good. Though I definitely it's probably the case where Clayface is probably in shadow a lot of times. I won't be surprised.
Yeah, but I think it's smart, and I think that making it a low budget means it's low risk, and I think making it so far removed from the other DC stuff means it won't have the issue. Well, because the issue I was worried about was diluting the brand too much by putting out too much stuff. But I think because this is so radically different, it's not going to have that effect, which is good. So, it's $40 million. Oh yeah, it's going to make its money day one. Like before they even like put it out in theaters, they'll have made the money off of merchandise and marketing.
Rest in peace, Letterbox Lego Clayface.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of superhero products that are different, this one's like 100% up my alley though. Spider Noir has a new trailer, and boo on the color image here. I want black and white, but I couldn't find an article with the black and white.
The colors look damn good. I like how like the colors of the color it's super bright and colorful. I like that contrast a lot.
I love the contrast, and I love them releasing it in two options. But I just want to stick with the black and white because I just love black and white stuff, and I just want more black and white stuff. But I gotta tell you, this show, it's like we've made the joke when the teaser trailer dropped, but it's true. Like, really, Sony, you could have been doing this the whole time instead of wasting our time with Kraven. Like, this is incredible, and this is a perfect extension of the Spider-Man franchise. And I thought it was also nice that Phil Lord and Chris Miller got credit for Project Hail Mary thrown into the trailer because that actually hit, and they're like, "Oh, we should throw that Project Hail Mary name around."
I mean, is it Man Spider? I didn't see the trailer because I'm waiting for the show to come out. But was it Man Spider in the trailer?
Man Spider's in the trailer because that's part of the origin.
No, because like they confirmed we are getting Man Spider in.
No Man Spider for Brand New Day, but we do get Man Spider in the Noir show.
Oh yeah, because I love it because they said, "Oh, we're getting Man Spider for Brand New Day because it looked horrifying." And we were like, "What are you talking about?" We saw the Man Spider in this trailer, and I'm like, "Okay, I think I know what you're talking about."
Yeah, I think we get it now. Yeah, but this is a project when they announced it, I was like, what is it going to be like? And I think all of us kind of expected he's going to suit up in the final episode, but there's no way that's
like Surf Dracula.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a Surf Dracula thing, but nah. This is like there's so much Spider-Man in it that it's awesome, and I I love it. I'm really looking forward to this. Only thing I didn't like about the trailer was the music choice. Should have been some like nice jazz music. It was the music choice is too contemporary. I wanted the noir feel the whole time. They started with some jazz and then they didn't keep the jazz. I was like, I want some jazz.
You like jazz?
I love jazz. Yeah, so it's great. Blade Runner says, try and remember to watch Werewolf by Night in color or black and white. If you watched it when it first came out, black and white was the only option. The color came out a year later. So, hope that helps. The colors do look really nice because it's not grayed out color. It's like very vibrant pop color. Either way you watch this, I think it's going to be great. But the entire season drops May 27th on Prime Video.
It should be weekly, man.
It should have been weekly. I think the only reason it's a binge drop is because of Invincible and The Boys airing on top of each other. And then The Boys is going to end, and then this is their next live action thing. But they want to make sure this finishes before Spider-Man's movie in July. And if they do a weekly, it won't finish in time. That's my guess. It's brand marketing and
I imagine those Sony probably say like, no, you can't, or something like that.
Yeah, Sony's probably also like, we want this out between this date and this date, not to interfere with this, and this, right? Mm-hmm. That being said, if you have MGM Plus for some reason, they will be on there May 25th. So if you have MGM, because it was originally an MGM Plus show, which I don't even know what MGM Plus really is, and I don't know a single soul who has it. So
was that before they bought
that was before Amazon bought MGM? Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes honestly for the better, but not really the buyout, but more of like it's just like it's one positive for mergers is not to do with multiple streaming services. I guess
that's the only positive that we get, and that's why I'm always weirded out when we still have multiple services. I do agree, J Pocket. If it was just to get before July, they could have done some multi-episode drops like they did Daredevil. I think that would have been great.
It's still confusing when Sony merged Crunchyroll and Funimation. There was still stuff coming out of Funimation.
That's because they had to wait till everybody's annual passes to Funimation now ran out, so they wouldn't have to refund them.
I think that also probably because contracts. Probably there's still some contracts like they couldn't got rid of.
They had to wait for time. They had to run the clock out. That's why Hulu and Disney still separate services, even though they have an integrated feature. They're still separate services for contracts. Anyways, I wouldn't be worried about spoilers hitting the internet because again, I don't know a living soul that has MGM Plus. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. All right, you guys want to talk about poor marketing?
So Paramount?
So Star Trek Strange New Worlds dropped a trailer for its season 4 on Saturday, and I went, wait, what the hell? Why?
I saw no one talk about that. I guess that tells you what.
It tells you a lot. I think also announcing that the show was ending with season 5 before season 3 aired didn't help either. But here's the problem. We knew that CCXP Mexico was this weekend, which was the Mexican version of CCXP, which is Brazil's Comic-Con. So it was in Mexico City. And we knew that Spider Noir was going to be there. They announced that ahead of time and made a big deal about it. I listened to 2 Star Trek podcasts a week. Nobody mentioned or reported on the fact that Strange New Worlds is going to have 4 actors show up and debut a trailer for this season at CCXP Mexico. And from what I can tell, Paramount just didn't tell anybody that they were promoting the show at CCXP Mexico. And so this came completely out of nowhere because there was zero lead up. Usually they announce, like, oh, we're going to be at this. Stay tuned for announcements and news. They didn't do any of that because Paramount's such a broken, stupid-ass company right now. So this just dropped out of nowhere. And
even like this since years ago.
Since years ago, but it's even worse since the merger. So yeah, it was just like, out of nowhere, here it is. And I'm like, what the hell? It's so bizarre. Oh, J Pocket says, not sure if it's getting mentioned. First I'm hearing of it. But CCXP Tokusatsu announced that they're working on Spanish subs for the Agito movie already. That's good news because the Agito movie comes out, I think, soon in Japan. So, anyways, trailer looks good. The show still has like way too much Captain Kirk in it for my liking, but I'm over that now. It's just, it's
5 out of 10, too much Kirk.
I mean, kind of, yeah, because it's like it's the Pike show, but Kirk's in like most episodes every season. It feels. The funny part too is that there was somebody. Yeah, here's Kirk again. there was someone that made a fake book cover that's like one of the '90s Star Trek book covers, and it's a picture of Kirk and Pike, and the tagline is, "Why is he always on my ship?" Because Kirk's not part of the Enterprise crew, but somehow he still ends up in like 2 to 3 episodes a season. It's like, I like seeing Kirk, but like, my God, he's in this show a lot. Anyways, so it looks good. It starts July 23rd, which means it will be airing when Star Trek Las Vegas is going on. So maybe the convention will host a screening of the episode that week. That would be really cool. If anyone from the convention's listening, which they definitely aren't, but you know.
I mean, that required Paramount being nice.
The thing is that you can the convention's not an official convention, so it can unofficially just screen an episode, as long as you're not charging anybody for it. That's the thing. You can just a lot of screenings you can get away with screenings if you just don't charge for them.
I mean, isn't that like the copyright protection law on every movie, like or something like that?
Yeah, that's what that copyright wording says. You can't sell it. You can't use this copy to sell it. But if you just screen it at your house, you're fine. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be one of those things where the convention doesn't host a screening, but like fans will. That'd be fun. I'm just hoping that Trek to Vegas for the 60th anniversary has a screening of a Star Trek episode for a bunch of fans to gather around and watch, because that would be amazing. Also, because I'm planning to be there, so I'd like to do that.
Trek to Vegas sounds like you're just taking the longest walk to Vegas.
I know. It's funny, too, because like for me, I'm like far enough from Vegas that it does feel like a long trek to get there. So Trek to Vegas is not just the name of the convention, it's my experience getting there as well. Yeah, it's funny because it used to be the official Star Trek convention, but they sold out the tickets for this year's Trek to Vegas. They don't need the official license. It's just a established thing that the Vegas Star Trek convention in August is the big convention. So, all right, guys, you ready for toy news?
Yay.
Oh, real quick, Nerdy Gamer has a Star Trek question. Quick question. I'm working through Star Trek, just finished TOS, liked it way more than I expected, but I'm struggling with TNG Season 1, it's just rough from bad to boring. When does it get enjoyable? Mid to late Season 2, but I find Season 3 is when TNG picks up. It takes a bit, but it's worth it.
It's really 3 that's the best one. 2 is like still kind of hard because they still have for like
what is it? Season 1 really that bad?
The really bad suits.
Is Season 1 really that bad? I was hearing that about
Season 1 has an episode where everybody involved with making it said it was the most racist piece of shit they ever saw in their lives.
Because like from what I understand from my pop culture, like because wasn't Gene Roddenberry super like the humans had to be like superior or something like that?
His thing was that it was a utopia, so no one could have conflict. Which makes it a boring TV show.
Frickin' Roddenberry had too much creative control. And, like, his creative control made it that the show was, like, this boring philosophical piece versus it being an actual, like Star Trek.
Entertain TV show.
Yes. Like, there's some good episodes in Season 1, but Season 2, like, is where it starts to find its identity. Season 3, I think, is where... Everything Season 3 onward for TNG, I love. Season 2, you get the Borg introduction episode, and then you're like, oh, stuff is happening. You know, so... Yeah. That's the short answer.
The best joke to say, it's like watching Phantom Menace and not really liking the trade political stuff. That's what Season 1 of Star Trek is. A lot of
Season 1 of TNG basically is the trade negotiations and the Senate scenes from Phantom Menace, and nothing else. Just that part of it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, TNG.
Wait. Season 1, since Tasha Yar was still on it. Wasn't that the one where she had this whole thing where she acted very motherly and older sisterly to like Wesley in that one episode?
Yes.
And that episode just feels so unhinged.
And then there's like another episode where she has sex with Data.
What?
That one's all right. That one actually was a good episode.
Which is actually just a remake of a TOS episode.
Yes, that's why it's a good episode for the wrong reasons.
Yep. The thing is, I think with TNG, when I was watching it, I had the same thing of like Season 1 is just like, oh my god. Like, people complain about the current Star Trek, and there are like genuine criticisms to lob at current Star Trek, and I lob some of them at it too, but none of the seasons from the Kurtzman era are as bad as Season 1 of TNG. Like, it's that rough. But like I said, Season 2, they start to put in some better stuff. Doesn't Guinan come in Season 2? Is that when we get Whoopi in the show?
I think Season 2, but also don't forget, Season 1 had really weird lighting. like it had like this really weird lighting, and I don't get why season 1 has like the weirdest lighting of all of TNG, where like it's sometimes very dark, and I don't
Yeah.
understand why that show was so dark.
I think
for-
that was
for what
also
it
like
was.
the remaster fixed that because there was issues like with the footage and like the
Like, it
copies they
always-
kept.
Like it always looks like you're filming like weird, like the way like my brain interprets it, and it's like misremembering a bit,
Mhm.
but like it always felt like how you would have like your light, like a small lamp on in your room, like at Christmas time, just to see the tree without having all the lights off. And like that's what it felt like. Like,
Yeah.
they would always have it so dim in there, and you're just like, why is everything dim? Why is there so much shadow? Especially in engineering. Engineering got so revamped that when you first see engineering, it's like this dark fucking place.
Mhm.
And then whenever you revisit engineering in later episodes, it's like bright as shit.
And here's also my advice for anyone watching Star Trek and going through all the shows, which I think is a beautiful experience, and you absolutely should do it. Almost every show's first season is its weakest season. Like except for
Yes.
TOS. TOS's first season's great. DS9 and Voyager's weakest seasons are their first seasons.
Okay, I'll say Voyager probably had the strongest first season.
Of the 90s shows, yeah. Like Enterprise's first season's pretty rough too. Discovery season 1's the worst season of Discovery. Strange New World season 1's
Discovery.
Strange New World season 1's pretty good. Picard season 1's better than season 2. Academy season 1, well, I mean, there's no comparison because we don't have season 2 yet, but like season 1 of Academy is really good. Season 1 of Prodigy is really good. Season 1 of Lower Decks is actually its weakest season 2, so it kind of follows in tradition. It takes a little while to get Star Trek shows rolling. That's why I'm sad that like Academy's only got 2 seasons, because it takes a season for a show to get rolling. But I will say, like the good season 1s is like TOS. I think it's TOS, Strange New Worlds, and Academy are like the 3 best season 1s in Star Trek. Every other show takes some time to get used to it. But yeah, what was it? Somebody said in the chat. Yeah, Blader said TNG season 1 is more fun on rewatches because you know it gets better. Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
Yes.
As well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the best way to point it out. Is like, because I remember like I would see episodes off and on, and always wondered why it felt like so disconnected. Because
Mhm.
when I was growing up seeing it in syndication, I always noticed that like whenever it's like the brighter sets and Wesley's actually in an actual real Star Trek uniform,
Yep.
episodes are great. Like,
Oh, yeah.
But like because like growing up, I didn't fully like Wesley, but I didn't understand why he had hate until I saw season 1, and I was like, oh, this like somehow arrogant, ignorant, intelligent little prick. Like he's too many things. He's too many things because of Roddenberry making him like his self-insert. It was like, it's like, oh,
And
at
that-
times
that's
he's
the
like
thing
this
is that-
innocent child, but then he's too smart for everyone else.
As Roddenberry's health declined and he was doing less on the show got better because they were able to do more stuff. And that's kind of there's a documentary. If you guys are just interested in TV history too, outside of just watching TNG, William Shatner produced a documentary called Chaos on the Bridge. That's all about the first 2 seasons of TNG. It's fantastic, and it just gives you so
You know
much
what's funny?
context. And so after watching that documentary, I look back at those episodes and I'm like, oh, I get what happened here. It all makes sense. After
Do you know what's fun? Do you know what's funny? How 2 of the best documentaries on Star Trek are both produced by William Shatner.
Yeah, he was doing a big run of documentaries at the time. They're really like the Captains.
Remember when he did the Captains?
Captains is so good
Chaos on the
too.
Bridge?
Yeah,
Dude, Captains is one of the best. I think one of my favorite parts about the Captains is like how he actually, it's not an actual normal documentary where it's like a confessional. It's like he sits there with them and they're just having these like conversations about life and acting, and then they talk about the shows. Like I think one of the most interesting ones is still crazy old Avery.
that was like the last interview he ever did too.
Like I love Avery because he's just so fucking nutty. I love him because he's just so nutty.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, let's move on to the toy news because I could talk about Star Trek for the next 4.5 days.
I'd rather talk about that.
Well, I mean, there's some toy news you'll like, and never mind. Actually, there isn't. I don't think there's anything for you in this one.
If we get to the toy news, I have
Exactly,
nothing.
I don't
If we get to the toy news, I have nothing to say about Star Trek.
There's actually some Star Trek news. First of all, NECA has announced they're launching a new line of figures. In 2014, NECA set a new standard for collection action figures with the Ultimate format. Now we're going beyond Ultimate with Ultraman.
So they're gonna be even
What?
more stiff. Where you need like
Guys,
a
is their
flame.
company in trouble? What the hell is this desperate play here?
Yes.
Do we need to get like a flamethrower to unstiffen to loosen our fingers joints now?
I'm scared what this means. This is like terrifying. Like legitimately terrifying. I don't know what they mean by we're going with
Not even a
Ultraman.
Turtles fan, and I know this is bad.
Also, that's what is what is that word? Do they want to make built? It sounds like
Viltrumite?
is it like Earth and you are? Is this like that for Viltrumites?
I
Viltrumite and
guess.
Ultramites?
I'm just like Ultramate? Okay.
Are they bringing back mini mates?
That'd
No,
be
wait, that's
fun.
Diamond. was Diamond.
Well, they're dead now, so someone could pick up the trademark.
Yeah, true.
Hey, Spin Dash made it. And Mr. Doogie said twice as detailed and 4 times as expensive.
Your gargoyle is gonna be super textured, and have bigger wings.
The wings will
Bigger
be
wings.
17 inches wide.
and everything is 87 turtles. Everything will be 87ified.
We're gonna get like Tiger Claw, but he's gonna be 87 cartoon version.
Wasn't there? Like you say that, but was there one in the Saturday Morning Adventures? I feel like there was.
Maybe I haven't been keeping up.
Probably, but still, they're gonna do it.
Later said maybe this makes sense that they picked up Ultraman. I don't want them to have Ultraman.
I mean, they did get Zilla for like a long while.
That was a good while. All right. So Master Replicas announced 2 new Star Trek figures, which includes Dr. Mabenga from Strange New Worlds.
I did saw these on BBTS and such.
And Geordi from Picard. And then I was like, I didn't buy any of these because they're like 5-inch. They're 4.5-inch figures meant to go with the Playmate stuff.
What happened to that? What happened to the? What are they doing? Rock. What's Discovery Cater? Not Discovery. Prodigy. Didn't they promise her?
They promised Rock Talk, yes.
Yeah, Rock Talk.
But here's the thing: I was like, okay, I haven't been paying attention. I wonder how the Picard and Spock and I looked at the page and I was like, everybody's still on pre-order, including Pike and Tendi, which I don't think we ever talked about. They haven't actually released anything yet.
Yeah, because I was about to say, weren't there also Lower Decks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have announced and put it for pre-order Admiral Picard, Spock, Worf, Beckett Mariner, Captain Riker, Bradford Boimler, Devon Tendi, Captain Pike, Geordi, and Dr. Mabenga. And yet, actually, none of them have come out. But this is Master Replicas doing... Okay, apparently Picard says he's shipping in June 2026. It was not originally June. It's been a while.
So at least because the cell figures are like almost out. They just had to like delay them because of QC. Where was it?
Right, and they're out, and people have the nacelle figures, and they're working through the shipments on stuff. Because there was a lot to produce, but none of these have shipped yet. And
I'm getting a higher flashbacks.
Yeah, I also like the reason I never bought any of these because they come from the UK, so the shipping rate's kind of high. And then I also like have a problem with the fact that nacelle figures are $1 more, 2 inches taller, and come with a shit ton more accessories. Which I know is like, navigating the Star Trek license and its expense is not a fun thing. It's not like a slight on Master Replicas, but nacelles kind of kicking the ass. But these are meant to go with the Playmate stuff, which I think is neat. But it's also like they are very expensive if you're not living in the UK. Mr. Dookie says Master Replicas slow hell. It took 5 months for them to get me my Quarks bar mug. Quality's good whenever they do get there. At least that's good. At least the quality's good when you get it. That, I think, is a positive. But yeah, they haven't actually released any of these yet. But there's 2 more up for pre-order.
God, I'm just reminded of how, I like you guys stand Haya, man, because, I'm still waiting for my Persona 5 Joker figure that has been promised in December. It keeps getting delayed. It's like...
Yeah, I haven't ordered anything Haya since the Star Trek figures. I got them in, and I canceled all my other pre-orders.
How do you guys handle them? Because my God, this is...
I don't handle them. I literally I did not buy anything after those Star Trek figures took a year and a half to come out.
Wheels, how do you handle Haya nonsense?
Oh, it's simple. This is how I handled Haya. Horribly, because unlike you guys, you don't have to deal with repaints.
True.
That is true.
But because still,
this is the problem with Haya, right? So with Haya, unless you want to go through hoops and order through like Kowski Toys and all the other ones that are from direct from China, which is like still like I've did the math only a few times. Ordering it directly from China is technically cheaper than ordering it from frickin' America, but that was like only a few random times. It's not worth going through China to get them, to have them like 4 or 5 months that early. Like, good for you, my friends like Kaiju Canuck and Shinro Bajira, who like sometimes even gets them sent to them directly by Haya. But I'm not jumping through hoops, so I'm just gonna wait my damn ass time till they show up at BBTS and hopefully cancel one of them when the revision gets announced, like 2 days before it stocks at BBTS.
Like they announced like, oh, we're doing Mega Man X figures, and they have like, oh, Mega Man like Zero will come out February 2027. Like lies, that's like 2028 at this point. I
Like,
feel
okay,
like now.
so do you guys know what is causing Haya's like delays? Because like there's like 2 or 3 reasons.
Why
One
is there?
is originally they had a freelance artist that was working on like X Plus and the Godzilla license, but then like something happened where like that freelance artist got like, I guess, shat on by someone else who worked at either Haya or someone from the Bandai slash Toho office. Didn't like the guy because I guess he was out doing freaking like monster art, so they threw him off. So that's why like some of the Godzilla ones are like having all these weird revisions lately and like having to like be delayed. But I also heard he worked on like almost all of the Haya brands, similar to Kyle Wodiga. So like he like did all of them. So when they like kind of kicked him to the curb, they had to get other artists in for specific properties and brands. That's one thing I heard. I don't know how true
Even
that
then,
is.
still,
That's
like
been
they're putting
sort of
all
being
these,
passed
these
around.
they put out 5
And
like
then
Persona 5 pre-orders. Like I don't think it's an artist problem when you have 5 pre-orders of the line. Something like
and then
that.
the
'Cause
other thing I noticed is that the biggest problem is since they're still freshly new with the collector lines, they're doing what Bandai did with Figure Arts, and that they're showing off too many prototypes too early.
oh, definitely. But like even like, because High is a Chinese company, right? Assuming
Yeah,
are they Chinese? Like Blocky's
100%.
Blocky's reveals a prototype and boom, it's out like 2 months later half the time with their stuff. Like there's no excuse when one company can do things way faster than yours. And I know one's a molecule company, but it's
My
still entering a
my
figure.
only theory is with Haya is, like I said, is like they are like, yeah, they've been around since like the pandemic, but like for some reason they like popped up and I guess didn't fully like figure shit out. I'm assuming
Which is bad
that
because
they're
you're
doing
getting all
good.
these big licenses. You think you should
I
actually.
also I just looked into something on Haya. I forgot that most of their products were released exclusively through Diamond.
Oh really?
And I'm wondering if that's like how Dynamite had stuff that they had. Dynamite had trade stock printed and sitting in a Diamond warehouse that they wanted to reclaim, but the Diamond warehouse owners would not give it to them, and they had to go through a lawsuit to get them. And I'm wondering if his stuff got stuck in a Diamond warehouse and they can't get to
Yeah.
him.
Because I talked
It'd
to
be
my
nice if
comic
they
store.
said something like this instead of us having to sit and speculate.
Yeah, I talked to my comic store owner, and I talked to, and we talked about Diamond. He told me like this horror stories of Diamond, how he handled Diamond. Because I heard Diamond was probably a bully in the comic
Yes,
distributing world, from what
They
I
were.
understand.
they were a monopoly,
Brian,
right?
I literally had that exact same conversation with my local comic book store owner to a
Di-
T.
Diamond kept shorting the
About, they
order.
said the same thing about Diamond.
For like 2 years, Diamond shorted every order my comic shop made, and they were constantly like, "Yeah, we didn't get this book in. We ordered the reprint because we ordered 10 and they sent us 4." And they just kept doing it. Every time the comic shop would tell Diamond, "Hey, you keep shorting our orders," Diamond would be like, "Too bad,"
Wow.
because they were a monopoly. They
This
were the
is
only distributor. They were the only distributor, so they had a
this is
monopoly. No one ever had to fight them until
and
COVID
this
happened
is
and
and
DC was like, "We want to get back to publishing comics," and Diamond said no, and DC's like, "Fine, we're going to Lunar." and that's how Diamond's monopoly got broke up.
Like this is another problem that's been happening with anyone who's trying to actually start hobby stores like comics and trading cards and models, is that a lot of the wholesalers were trying to sell directly to like brick and mortar groups and stuff, like especially from what I heard about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! For some reason they were trying to sell them only exclusively to Targets and Walmarts, and a lot of card shop owners were getting shortchanged, and they have to go to like secondary wholesalers, to the extent that sometimes they don't even get their profits, and a lot of stores that opened up before the pandemic and after the pandemic have not been able to meet any of their orders.
Yep, I've been hearing that story a lot.
And allegedly, if you were a store that's been around at least like 5 years before the pandemic, or at least 3 years, you'll get direct wholesaler shipped stuff. Like there's card shops that have been opened in say like say like New York City for 15 years. Pokemon Company will still directly wholesale to them. But like if you started opening up anywhere around the pandemic, they don't want to do business with you.
Yeah, it's been a big issue. Well, anyways, I just checked. The Master Replica Star Trek figures were announced February 12th, 2025.
Almost been, it's a year, been now a year.
Yep, 14 months. Let's talk Hasbro. They were at CCXP Mexico. So we have a Black Series Star Wars reveal, which is this Imperial guy who we saw in Mandalorian Season 3, who's in the trailer for Mandalorian Grogu. And usually toys will tell us the name of a character we haven't gotten the name of before. His name is Mr. Imperial Remnant Warlord.
I miss Club Shadow memes.
This has been a thing, like, I was talking about this on our Discord server too. The recent Mando guidebook came out, and every unique name that existed was replaced with a generic name. Like, the Outland TIE Fighter was changed to Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter. Like, it didn't already have a name. Like, it's so weird, because Star Wars used to, like, all the books and the toys would give us names for characters. That was like one of Star Wars' claims to fame, you know?
People love their Club Shadows. Their Club Shadows.
Yeah.
A lot.
And so lately they're just not embracing it. And I get it sometimes when it's like, oh, the client from The Mandalorian was supposed to be Mysterious. We weren't supposed to know who he was, and that's why everyone just calls him Werner Herzog, because he was Werner Herzog. I recently started rewatching The Mandalorian, and that first episode might be too good. Like, people are like, oh, The Mandalorian fell off in Season 3, and I'm like, it kind of falls off in Episode 2. Like, that first episode's kind of perfect. But, like, the thing is, it seems like there's, like, a company-wide decision to not give anybody specific names. This is a character that has dialogue on screen, and yet Imperial Remnant Warlord is all he gets. And it's funny, too, because, like, people were complaining when they changed Boba Fett's ship name from Slave 1 to Boba Fett Starship. That was just a canary in the coal mine, because they've done it to everything now. It's so weird. I don't have an explanation for it. It's just
you know what I think it is? You know what I think it is?
Trademarking?
It's like trademarking. They don't want to.
They don't want to trademark anymore.
They don't want to create unique names. They don't want to create new names like the frickin' Fuckbringer or Doomslayer or Cock Rocket.
Yeah, it's a thing that's Glup Scaredo's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm making sure you stay mature. I'm making sure you stay mature. Sound out.
I know. It is just kind of like the Slave 1 change made sense, but like some of these are like, why is it not the Outland TIE Fighter? Why does that have to be Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter?
Okay, here's the real question. Was it called the Slave 1 because it was used for slave trades, or was it just called the Slave because it sounded like a cool freaking sci-fi name?
Probably the latter.
Yeah, because it just sounded like a cool slave. Because the slave thing doesn't really make sense for ear to the Fett's character. So like, I think it really just because it sounds.
I think it was something they threw out when it was just Boba Fett, but when you started to include Jango Fett and reveal that it was his father's ship, then it's like, well, why is it called this? The name does not make sense anymore at that point. So, anyways,
I would just call it the Fett. I would just call it the Fett, like the Fett one or something at that point. Or something
you should call it the Bounty Chaser.
Yeah.
All right, and then the other reveal was Devin is coming to Vintage Collection. So everyone's been watching Maul Shadow Lord and went, "Hey, I'm a Vintage Collection collector. Where's my Devin?" There you go. She's coming to that line too.
All right, I'll be back.
Where's my Devin?
Also, they're re-releasing the Maul lightsaber Force Effects one. I'm not buying it because I have the Galaxy's Edge one, which is better. And has a Shadow Saber to connect to, so double better. All right, time to bitch about Transformers.
Oh boy.
Guys, here's the new reveals for Transformers. It's guy we got too many times. So let's go through them. First of all, I brought physical examples today, by the way. That's the level of bitching I'm going to.
I like you make it sound like a crime scene. Like, I bought that.
It kind of was a crime scene because I'm still working on Slave 1 is a better name for Boba Fett's ship. It's his drag name. That's Boba Fett's drag name, Slave 1. All right, so let me tell you guys. All my Transformers are in boxes right now. I'm redoing the entire toy room. It's a whole process. It's a mess. It's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. That's the first thing I was going to say. But I went to go grab some toys for this because I just wanted to make points. Here's Earthrise Cliff Jumper. Just want to show him off a little bit. He's not super cartoon accurate, but I think he's great, and he looks distinctively different than Bumblebee.
I mean, they also did a G1 cartoon colors for Buzzworthy, was it?
Yeah.
And honestly, because I know people bitch about the parts for it, it's not that people.
It's not that bad.
I think the mold's really good, honestly. It has really good articulation. I think it scales well, and I like the accessories. I think the clip jump. I think it's overhated, honestly. The clip jumper mold.
And like the only thing I have a problem with it in terms of like show accuracy is the fact that his limbs are not, or his like legs aren't gray, but like, you know, he's kind of a little bit different, but I like him. And the other thing too is that, like, you know, yeah, the window is upside down from how it is in the show on his chest. That's not a super huge deal to me, honestly.
And also, this was a generation toy. They weren't doing cartoon accuracy. They were doing, you know, chug.
Right,
chug
and
style,
that's a generation's toy. All right, so Studio Series got Bumblebee, right? Who's more cartoon accurate, but he's like 4 feet deep to accommodate it. So there's this, and so then obviously when we heard Studio Series Cliff Jumper, everybody like, all right, it's going to be Studio Series 86 Bumblebee with a new head. Probably call it a day. So they did that. Now they did retool him slightly. They did change the back so that he has the spoiler on the car mode, but they don't have the little spoiler ridge on the chest, right? And then the other thing, his legs and his crotch are inverted colors. And it's the crotch should be black and the legs should be gray if we're going for cartoon accuracy, right? And a lot of people have been like mulling over it, and there is a reason behind this. Oh, also they changed his feet because the bumper's different.
Because
these legs are molded on the same mold as the upper arms for Bumblebee because they're both black.
Yeah, and it's like because the palm, right? The palm colors, and stuff like that.
But the thing is that if with this mold, how it was designed, if you make the legs gray, the upper arms are gray too. And obviously you can't do that. And then also the crotch and the forearms are on the same mold as well. So, because of that, this isn't any more of an accurate Cliff Jumper than the Earthrise one. It's one of those, it's like its color scheme is off. And so it's like, well, then you might as well just stick with your Earthrise or your Buzzworthy because it's not going to be fully accurate. Why spend the money if you already got one?
It's the case where, like, I'm not a stickler for G1 cartoon accuracy. I'm more of a chug style myself.
Yeah.
But the point of Studio Series is they look like they do in the movies and / or cartoon.
Exactly.
In this case scenario, that's the goal of the Studio Series.
If the whole goal is to create show accurate, movie accurate stuff, you know, and they don't go all the way, it's like, well, then what were we doing? What are we doing then? People have been saying Devastation B is better than Studio Series 86B.
Surprisingly,
everything I've seen, it's that. I just don't want to buy another damn Bumblebee.
Yeah, fair.
But you know, is this like? And the thing is too, is I was thinking about like, you know, it's just, you know, so basically like people are trying to figure like how could they make Cliff Jumper show accurate, and the answer would be paint. Because again, the way the mold is built.
But I'm pretty sure the limbs was made out of palm, which I don't think you get paint on. From what I understand, right?
So it does kind of feel like Cliff. Like for me personally, if I was wanting to do stuff, and we'll talk about the budget in a moment. Cliffjumper should just be a different mold of Bumblebee, right? In terms of trying to do cartoon accurate Cliffjumper, you can't do cartoon accurate Cliffjumper off a cartoon accurate Bumblebee because they look different.
They're different.
They're different animation models. And so every time they try to do Cliffjumper off of Bumblebee, it doesn't go well when you're trying to show accurate. And even Takara understood this because the Cliffjumper they never released in Masterpiece was a different mold than Bumblebee. They're different car models, and their robot models are very different. Like, let me go pull up a picture, actually. And so the thing is it just, like, it makes me wonder, why is the $30 toy not successful at being the one thing it needs to be, which is show accurate, right?
Got $30 for the B mold.
Yeah. That's the other thing, too. The price went up. And they don't include any crazy accessories. Okay, can I do that split thing I did accidentally earlier? Because that was cool. I did... here we go. Open link and split view. Here we go. This should work. Yeah, that'll work there. And then can I just drag? How do I add this? Add to split view. Sorry, everybody. I'm just, like, trying to figure out a new feature on my browser.
Old man, figure out the internet.
Old man figures out the internet, but in my defense, Mozilla just added this feature, so it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I realized split view is going to be very helpful for my very helpful for my streams here, because I can just do it side by side real quick.
Science.
Click that. No, don't open a new tab. Defeating the purpose of what I'm trying. What the hell did I just do? Sorry about this, guys. I'm learning something new right now. On the fly.
Yeah,
I didn't know this was a thing until this stream, in my defense. So, okay, open image, new tab. All right, so then if I select both tabs and I hit open and split view. There we go. Okay, here we go. Mission successful. Bumblebee. Cliffjumper. There we go. Now it looks, that's what I'm talking about. Their chest shapes are different. Their feet shapes are different. Their leg shapes are different. Their arm shapes are different. They should be two separate molds, right? I think if you look at these and you're like, if you're going to do cartoon accurate Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, they have to be separate molds.
The chest alone, you had to make it separate.
Yeah, I think that's why the Cliffjumper chest, like, technically being upside down doesn't bother me, because he has a bigger window at the top, whereas Bumblebee's bigger window's at the bottom. Right? That's, this is why, for me, I'm satisfied with 86 Bumblebee and Earthrise Cliffjumper being my Bumblebee and Cliffjumper on the shelf.
Or you can buy the Blocky's Galaxy version or the vendor versions instead from Blocky's.
Yes. But yeah, this is like,
man,
case in point of, like, show accuracy traps, right?
I tell you, man, the more and more I had to review stuff, the more I just kind of want to sell my G1 stuff, and it's sick with Blocky's, man. It's getting to the point where it's like, I'm tired.
Later. Oh my god. Cliffjumper is the top, Bumblebee is the bottom. That is very accurate to their personalities, too. Mr. Tanuki, stay safe with tornado sirens. Wish you the best.
Yeah, stay safe. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Why did Cliffjumper dies all the time?
Exactly. Let's get that. He's only a bottom. He's not power. He's very powerful top, and Bumblebee's a power bottom. Anyways, we moved way off the topic. Where are we at? Blitzwing. Speaking of bottom energy,
yeah.
Oh my god! All right, so
this mold has shelf formed so many times.
What is it? He's shelf formed twice now, right? He was
3 times.
3 times.
3 times. Because there's the first release during Evolution. They reissued him in United, right?
Yep. And then they made Overcharge.
Overcharge repaint.
So he's coming back again, and the thing is, Cliffjumper got a budget for a new back end. Which is funny because he's a top.
Wait. There's some new stuff on Cliffjumper? I thought it's only the head.
No. It's the back end because they added the spoiler in the car mode.
Okay, I thought he didn't. I thought some people say he didn't have the spoiler.
He doesn't have the spoiler in robot mode.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's in the vehicle mode. So he has 2 new feet, a back spoiler section, and a new head and a new gun. Blitzwing got nothing. He's just a repaint. Here's the
He still
thing.
has those, he still has those goddamn Hulk hands.
So,
I remember that from the cartoon.
Yeah, he's still got the Hulk hands because they're selling him as a $60 liter. I have the Dramatic Capture Blitzwing. It's the first time I actually picked up the mold. Dramatic Capture Blitzwing technically was only $33 because it was a 3-pack for like
You know, that's
110.
actually you're right. Yeah, essentially when we get to the next figure, I guess I'm kind of glad he still has the Hulk hands because that means they're not taking something away from the mold. I guess.
Yeah.
Technically.
So, anyways, I want you guys to look at Dramatic Capture Blitzwing because I think he's the perfect Blitzwing color scheme. I think he's animation accurate. I think it works for the mold. I'm happy to never buy a Blitzwing again in my life. This is it for me, right? Also, I gotta tell you guys, I'm so pissed that Astro Train and Blitzwing have been getting non-stop releases, and Octane's still stuck with the Titans Return figure.
Well, because it's season 3
Because
characters.
he's not in the
man.
movie. I know.
That too. Yeah. No, you know what I just realized? Notice how we haven't been getting the season 3 cast as of late? It's all been the season 1, 2 guys.
Yep.
Guys, I just noticed
And
that.
the only way you get into if your season 3 is through the movie line, if you're lucky. Because we haven't gotten like Cup, Blur.
Blur, Blur hasn't been released. Like, was 86 Blur? Like,
He was
we haven't
Wave
got-
1.
yeah, and we haven't
86
got
Wave 1.
the only time you got like quote unquote re-release was the IEW remold during Blossom back in 2024, 3 around that time. Wow.
Muteki, what about Sandstorm? He just had 2 new toys.
Yeah,
two different heads. Broadside's the one that needs love. So anyways, the thing is, Blitzwing for this is not... We heard from leakers that it was just the Dramatic Capture colors. It's not. The head doesn't have the purple side paneling. And the sword is unpainted. The sword on the new Blitzwing is just flat plastic, which is crazy to me because the previous releases, it was painted, including Dramatic Capture. He has the Hulk hands, which are now all purple plastic because they took away the clear plastic. And the Dramatic Capture kept the clear plastic on the jet mode nose cone. If I can try to get it out of here without transforming him all the way. He had like a little bit of clear plastic on the jet cone. And they decided to take that away for the jet mode. Woo? It's not load-bearing clear plastic, so, you know, there's at least that. And that's all the work that was done to Blitzwing, is they took out the clear plastic. Otherwise, he's the same toy that already shell formed 3 times.
Which also, I want to point out, he's a generation figure, so he has all the Greeble, has all the generations Greeble on him.
They didn't
ungreeble
him like Shockwave.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's people that bought the new Astro Train and said, why isn't this Astro Train just the Siege mold ungreebled?
God, every time I see that, actually, I just get sad. He looks
Yes.
so bad.
Also, does he have both guns? Okay, he does have both guns. I thought for a second that he only had one rifle, but he does have both rifles. So, there's that. Anyways,
do you want to talk about wasting money?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole point about wasting money in a little bit here after this, but
Hellfire. From what I remember to the scene shoot, we just need Octane, Broadside, and a new Metroplex along with 2 Decepticon cassettes. That's the problem. We just need that's all we need. We should get them right now.
Yep. So, all right, let's talk about Cyclonus, because we knew Cyclonus was going to come to 86 at some point, because even if you're not in the movie, you still get in. We have a listing for Red Alert, and I'm like, dude was cut.
So we have a figure that people want to release for either A because people miss out on him, or B, they replace their old Kingdom one because that was made in the plastic COVID era.
Here is Kingdom Cyclonus, what I would call close to a perfect figure.
Is yours yellow? Is yours yellow?
You tell me. I'm not putting that out into the world. I'm just going to show it on screen.
I think he is hard to with the blue lighting, but I see his upper thighs are a different color from his lower legs.
Let me. It was always the case because the 2 different plastic types. Because actually no, the thighs are painted, but
okay.
Mine isn't as bad as other people's. It's a little bit, but no, it's not. It's not like as bad as some people's would look like they're like bleached.
How's your Tigertron going? Holding up.
It's okay for now.
For now.
Anyways, so this mold is fantastic. I bought it twice because they made the toy color one, which came in Nightstick.
It's his Armada.
It
It's
says
his
Armada.
Armada.
That's why I have 2 on my shelf. I like them. Great mold. They could have just re-released this, just swapped out plastic types, make sure that he didn't yellow, and everything's good to go. I hit the junction by accident. He has a brand new head. He has a bunch of random retooling on his legs, which personally I think looks worse. He makes him a little bit taller.
They took out a feature from the Kingdom one.
There's not a picture of it in the promo stills, but the back legs, which on the Kingdom one have
They fold out.
Yeah, I was gonna
They
show it
fold
on
out.
camera. It's right here. You fold it out, and then that way he has thrusters on the back, and it's covered.
Would you get foot effect parts in it to make it look like it's like a blasting off?
Yep. This new one removed those, and so
For some reason.
for no reason, and so your feet are just sticking out the back.
Dogs are out.
Yeah, so he's done. So he's basically, the colors are a little bit more show accurate, which I think the recoloring probably, I didn't, recolor him, make sure he doesn't yellow. That's all they needed to do. Instead, they gave him a head sculpt that I think looks worse. They added a knee connector, which was never a problem with either version of the mold on mine, at least. Like the knee would sometimes come out of connection, but
and on Metal Hawk.
Yeah, and on Metal Hawk. That's true. I forgot about the Metal Hawk of it all. I never got Strafe, but thank you, Hellfire. This is what his vehicle mode looks like now. So there's that. So the thing is, we have a bunch of retooling. Oh, they changed his gun too for some reason. And you know what's funny? I just noticed this. They took the blaster port off the leg for the blast effect, but they didn't take the ones off his chest.
Yeah. Which, here's the thing about
It's Perceptor's damn treads again.
What's even funnier with Kingdom, I forget, was Kingdom Cyclones gonna be a series figure, but got pushed to Kingdom?
No.
I forget.
Always remember that Studio Series 86 supposedly, allegedly, was Kingdom figures pulled out of Kingdom to make room for Beast Wars. Because they decided last minute they were going to do Beast Wars. Beast Wars was a very last minute decision for Kingdom. It wasn't the original plan. And so, like, Scourge and Hot Rod and Jazz and Blur, I believe, were all Kingdom figures that got pulled out and put over to Studio Series and got tweaked slightly. So that way they'd have room for Optimus Primal and stuff.
Right. Because you get with some figures you can tell, because I think Cup's obvious because he has the Generations Greebling on him.
And he has a weaponizer gimmick.
Where Blur is less obvious because he has some more cartoon flatness.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But yeah.
So my point being is they spent all this money to make Cyclonus virtually look exactly the same, but then also lose a feature.
Like, why waste
Why waste the money there?
Where like Cliff Jumper needed the more extended retool. You want to make him cartoon accurate.
Yeah. The money that went into Cyclonus could have gone into Cliff Jumper to make him cartoon accurate. They could have put some work into Blitzwing and improved some of his flaws. They did not need to do anything to Cyclonus. Nobody on the planet Earth besides the biggest whiners of the planet were complaining about Kingdom Cyclonus outside of the Yellow Wing. Nobody had an issue with this mold. This was not a mold that needed to be rectified.
Everyone loves this mold. It's like one of the most popular recent molds in Transformers.
Yeah. So why go through all this? And the thing is, too, is if it was going to be like, oh, look, it's a huge visual upgrade, like, the average person would just go, that's the same toy.
These details are so miscued that, like, you had to really, like, analyze.
I thought he only had a new head until people started pointing out the other stuff.
Because at least with Springer, like C Springer versus CC Springer, you could notice the change right away from CU series to Generations for Springer.
Also, I just noticed they took away 2 5mm ports on his legs.
And so again, losing features.
To make legs that I think don't look as good.
Mm-hmm.
His wings are thicker, too. No, wait, no, they're just mistransformed. Sorry, I forgot about the little flip-down piece.
Yeah.
Anyways, so my question with this wave is, why did Blitzwing lose paint compared to the previous cheaper release that shell formed 3 times? Why does he even exist if he's not going to be any better? why does Cyclonus get a bunch of budget, but yet doesn't really do anything
Doesn't-
significant? And then why does
It doesn't
Cliffjumper
need
not
one.
get the budget to just be fully cartoon accurate? Because Cliffjumper is like 80% of the way there, I just feel like it's a skip, right? If he was 100% the way there, I might pick him up, but he's not, so it's a skip.
It's like, man, what's serious? Because I feel like, again, I feel like Age of the Prime, or at least the main Generations line, is so like really good, but like I don't know what's going on with Studio Series, man. What is going on with Studio Series?
Like,
And that's the
Studio
problem,
Series feels like they got their budget cut completely.
And that's the and because that's the I feel like we've been complaining a lot because we've been getting nothing but Studio Series news because we're practically caught up with Age of the Prime. The fact we got the leaks of the next line after Age of the Prime
Yeah.
already. It's such a because Age of Prime is done practically, right? I don't think there's any other unannounced figures.
No, there
besides,
is. We just got listings of a new wave.
Oh yeah, isn't that like a bonus wave or is
Like
that
a
the wave with
bonus wave.
Swindle?
And it's like all repaints.
Is that the way? Is that the wave with Swindle?
No. Oh wait, no, we still are missing a wave for Age of the Primes. That's right. The Swindle
Yeah, with
wave
Swindle.
hasn't actually been revealed yet. And
Yeah,
that was
which is-
originally the last wave, but we're getting an extra wave after that.
Yeah, which is so weird. It's so weird that they announced Swindle so far in advance,
Yeah.
and yet we still have.
Fire Fury said, Transformers 86 apology to our translation. We ran out of money and need to cheap out by re-releasing shit you already own.
I know. No, I love one comment I saw where it's like we need an apology for the apology tour.
Yeah. This apology tour is like, it's a
Are you
disaster.
Are you so happy they're focusing on this and not Beast Wars 3 year anniversary, Mr. Sandout?
I literally, if the Beast Wars multi-packs were just retail figures, where it's like, look, more cartoon accurate paint schemes, and you can just buy which ones you want, I would have been happier with that than what we're currently getting, which is this plus just throwing Beast Wars in multi-packs. Because, like, I think that Beast Wars, should have just done another, like, you know what they could have done? That would have been really, really cool, and would have got me to buy all those Kingdom figures again. They had a way to get my money. You know what it would have been?
Koi versions?
Retro cards.
Yeah. Oh, and they're like, yeah, they had the mutant
And the
bound
mutant
mask or
heads.
something.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
actually come in like the retro style packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Jay Dellaby, apology tour for who exactly? The people who couldn't move on from a movie from 40 years ago.
Because again, all
People
the
who
that
couldn't
are,
move
like,
on from the first interesting thing the G1 cartoon did.
for people who are like, again, all the people that were whining about Optimus Prime's death are not like the real fans. You should really cater to Mr. Hasbro.
Also, they don't care about Kranix or Blitzwing.
Mm.
They only care
Mm.
about Optimus Prime.
It really this whole marketing of the apology tour, I think honestly has been the most disastrous Transformers marketing campaign I've seen since the Power Their Primes, Vote for Your Prime campaign. Because like just man, not only just the stuff we've been getting has been bleh, but also just the fact they're ignoring so many other anniversaries.
Yep.
Also is so frustrating. Again,
I
the
think,
fact
it's, I
that
think it's
Block-
because we've had a line every single year for the last 6 years that's only for 86 movie stuff. It doesn't feel special that you're celebrating the 40th. Why not celebrate Beast Wars, which doesn't get as much?
I mean, again, it's games like the only. Again, the situation with me, which I like G1, but you know, it's like favorite part of G1, the Japanese stuff that everyone hates.
Yeah. Fire Fury says, I wonder if people love G1 just love the aesthetic and not the actual show, because the original show are just playground fights, not a serious war like they think it is. Oh,
I mean, that's why
I'm not going to say that personally, but I'll totally just read your comment out verbatim and say I 100% agree with it.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, we talked about this earlier with Transformers about the war stuff, but like, I think that's the problem. Because I think what's because what's the G1? I think out of all the 80s cartoons out there is I think the most fun one to watch. There's probably other better ones objectively, but I think G1 holds up.
G.I.
It's
Joe's
just
more
fun.
fun and it's better.
No, yeah, but G1 is goofy. It's fun. I
Yeah.
like, I think what's missing about with current Transformers stuff is, I like Optimus throwing hoops with his family and stuff like that. I love the Autobots want to go to become
I
Hollywood
want
movie
something
stars.
like Animated or Prime where you have your big major moments, but you also have the downtime in between.
G1 has that. I think
Yeah,
G1 has that.
it does.
And that's the problem. But everyone glorifies
Because you'll have
it as
Optimus
being
throwing
more-
hoops, and then you'll have like an episode like City of Steel. City of Steel, freaking awesome episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like people like over glorify the war aspect of Transformers, and
Yeah.
I think That's the problem with
like
currently.
I
and
think
stuff like that.
also I think also too is I think that's the thing is with Transformers, we don't get a balance anymore. You either get war or you get like RID 2015 where it's like shenanigans and nothing else, right?
Or,
Like
or you get Earthspark past season 1. I tried
yeah,
a lot.
Earthspark past season 1 is like there's no stakes, nothing matters. It's
But
just
then Quinn is
shenanigans.
Sons. And then Quinn is Sons. God, I tell you, because me and my partner finished watching all Metal Carbide season 1, and then for funsies, quote
Yeah.
unquote, I decided to compare. Like, all right, we watched all Metal Carbide season 1. Let's go check out because it's on Netflix. Let's check out because I have not seen anything from season 3 of Earthspark. I just skipped to season 4 and got sad. And then I said, okay, let's watch some random episodes of season 3. My God, those episodes are so badly paced, and like honestly, like some of the stuff they because some of the writing decisions for Prowl got me really uncomfortable because he treats Mega he kind of treat Prowl they write Prowl as you know the meme of World War I was it World War One soldier not gone over to war meme
Yeah.
was it they wrote Prowl like that when he interacts with Megatron and it gets me very uncomfortable and he acts like who
Why
are
do
these
they always
fleshy
portray Prowl as a bitch ass cop? Like why is that his
I
personality
know
in everything lately?
I know, right? I don't like that. But like, and also just the pacing is that bleh. But it's like I want to get over the war stuff. Like I think anime did the best where it was a post-war series. I mean, it was like it's about like
It was a post-war series, but it was also like the threat of the war sparking again is on the horizon.
yeah. I feel like that's a
Yeah.
great way to still keep that kind of war story there, but without like being Civil War stuff.
Because
So I think
I
that's the
think
case.
I think that's like that's the issue is that we either have a show that's too incredibly safe and so it becomes boring, or we have a show that's just or we have a story, I should say broadly, story that's just deeply we're not gonna talk Agito until we talk Agito Psychos. Don't push me. Anyways, we don't have Transformers war stories that have any balance. It's all 100% war, or it's no war and no stakes. And there's no in between. And every Transformers lives best in between. So,
I think like because I think like is either you do like something like anime or prime or do like what the Yukon Trilogy did where it's more like a like shonen anime fighting for the MacGuffin story or like because how like Cybertron is like about war is about stopping a goddamn black hole from killing us
yeah.
and stuff like that and such because that's you said the Hobbit for the Decepticon plotline but it's not a war story it's about like hey Megatron stop being an asshole
Yep.
and let's save the goddamn universe
All
and
right,
stuff
let's
like
move
that.
on, though, because I think we need to get off. I was just going to point out for Transformers 80 sticks, here's your apology tour. We get Windcharger, new mold, Kranix, new mold, Sunstreaker repack, Wheeljack repack, Cliffjumper, doesn't have the proper budget. Thundercracker, new mold. Skywarp, repaint. Shockwave, ungreebled retool. Cyclonus, unnecessary retool. And then Soundwave, new mold with cassettes that don't live up to their predecessors. Snarl, repack. Astrotrain, less said the better. And Blitzwing, for some reason, doesn't even look as good as the previous ones. So, happy 40th, guys.
Hey,
All right.
you always have blockies and yellow park on your side at the very
Yep.
least.
And I just closed the Daredevil tab.
God, have you seen the videos for the Dinobot kit? God, it looks so nice, doesn't
It
it?
does look nice. All right, let's
That's not-
get on with the news here, so we can get this. Yeah, Hellfire. I agree. The Hellfire says since Prime, the shows are kind of in this weird limbo where they can't get anything right. It's true. I think it's because I feel like
I think Cyberverse is the closest we got to like a really
Yeah.
damn good modern Transformers
and
show
just
with
like
the right.
TNG, it got good after season 1.
Yeah, and also it got like because I think Cyberverse, such as season 2 onwards, really got that nice balance
Yeah,
of fun. They had the funness, but also had the serious storylines with like the Quintessons and Megatron's hatred and Tar and stuff like
yeah.
that. I think they really got.
I think Cyberverse is the one Transformer show I enjoyed beginning to end since Prime. It's the only one that I've enjoyed beginning to end. All the others, I think I'm a problem with them is they're all way too safe. They're all way
I think
too safe. They don't take any risks.
Or for Earthspark got lobotomized.
Yeah, exactly. Earthspark was risky, and then it got lobotomized, and then became insanely safe. So, Animate was before Prime. Just want to point that out. All right. Let's talk about Daredevil. So last week on Daredevil, Jessica Jones appeared. So Hasbro said, boom, here's your new Jessica Jones figure. And also she's in a 2-pack with Daredevil, which makes sense. This doesn't surprise me too much. So talking about Jessica, people have been saying, oh, it's just the same figure from before. It's not. New legs, new torso, new heads, new hands. Probably the same damn arms, though. And the same jacket. Why? Because she's still wearing the same damn jacket she's been wearing for 10 frickin' years, and I appreciate her for that. It's not the same exact prop jacket, because apparently Kristen Ritter brought the jacket into the costume department so that they could replicate it down to the buttons about how it exactly looked.
Right, because it's probably been worn since it's been 10 years.
Yeah, plus they need extras for stunts and all that. So, that's the thing, is that, like, it is canonically the same jacket. So, them reusing parts, it technically works canonically, right? So then going with this, she actually has accessories this time. So she's got 2 different facial expressions. She's got fists. Where's her other? She's got her camera, and she's got. For some reason, Toy Arc didn't upload the image of her holding the coffee cup, but she's also got the coffee cup and a cell phone. So she's actually got accessories this time instead of just fists like the old one. So I love this because this is an absolute upgrade. 100% upgrade to the Jessica we got. And then for Daredevil, he's a repaint of the Daredevil we got last year in the red version, but now he's got the double D's on his chest. He's got a little bit of the red bleeding through, which is great.
I know you mean his logo,
Yep.
but I thought you were talking about tits.
Charlie Cox keeps saying in interviews, I got the double D's finally, and Marvel keeps telling him, no, they're interlocking D's. The interlocking D letters is what they... And so he keeps saying, like, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to say interlocking Ds. It's very funny, the press tours for Daredevil, because you have Charlie Cox going around telling everyone about his double Ds, and you have Wilson Bethel talking about how he reads everybody's fan fiction of Bullseye and Matt.
Aren't people, like, really thirsty for Bullseye currently? Or
Yes.
something I heard?
It's 100. They've been thirsty for Bullseye since season 3, but that's just because Wilson Bethel is a very, very attractive actor. And he's very funny because he leans into it too. He's always like, people were like, there's like a scene in this season where he throws a knife and it's got the Bullseye logo on it. It says "You're welcome," and then like Wilson Bethel like edited the image because the knife was being thrown at Matt to send him a message, and Wilson Bethel edited the image to say "You're cute" with a heart emoji, and everyone's like, he's leaning into the shipping. It's fantastic. I love it. Anyways, so the thing is, in the show, Daredevil repainted his suit black with black spray paint, and over the course of the season, more of the paint's been rubbing off, and it's been showing the red suit underneath. So
you need to put a matte coating on it.
right, so it doesn't rub off. But it kind of shows how distressed he is through the season, is how much the black paint's coming off the suit. So this figure being a repaint, first of all, that figure's great, so there's no reason to really change it. And second of all, canonical repaint, canonical jacket reuse, boom. That's a good 2-pack. I'm happy. Let's talk about Spider-Man figures so we can talk about people being unhappy. Mark Ruffalo saying he wasn't in this movie is very funny to me, considering now we have a Hulk figure. So we have a new Hulk figure for Brand New Day,
Do you believe the theory that this was meant to be the Lizard, but then things changed because...
Maybe. I have a feeling
like,
it wasn't supposed to be the Lizard. I feel like they always knew they weren't going to use the old villains.
Okay, because it's like, it's like, huh? Here go to a scientist he knows that's also turns into a green monster with a tethered white coat. Scenario like that.
Yep.
It's just kind of funny that, like, that's how convenient. There's 2 characters can fit that norm.
Yeah.
Scenario like that.
I was trying to think if there's just another like professor character, but I guess they just went with Hulk. It makes sense.
Get Jackal.
God. Anyways, Blade Raider asked that question, and if it will be a spoiler, I won't answer it. And if it's not a spoiler, I will answer it. That's how I'll do it. Anyways, he comes with spider webbing effects, which is cool, and a shirt.
I like he comes with DLC. I like he comes with DLC for Peter.
Yeah.
But also, I love everybody's like seeing the gray hair. The Hulk become old.
Is that where the Gray Hulk rumors came
Right.
from?
Maybe.
if they saw the hair. And then we got Spider-Man, which the internet lost its shit over because this is the final swing Spider-Man.
It's a Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, it's a Spider-Man suit. Of course, people lost their shit. They basically kept most of what the original figure was. He doesn't have the web shooters, but he is getting organic webs, so maybe that won't be an issue. People said the quality control is really bad on the previous figure. I didn't have an issue, but it did break on several people.
I mean, when hopefully they sticks in the years since the
Yeah.
final swing suit figure.
And apparently,
oh,
but the thing is, the colors are not quite right, and the eye lenses are the wrong shape, and
good old concept art figure strikes again.
And the thing is that Dan Yuna, let everybody on Twitter that Hulk is on a new body. He's 8.75 inches tall.
Which I'm surprised. I thought he would be on the Red Hulk body. I'm surprised, honestly.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Also, now he has single elbows, where Red Hulk had double. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shirt removable. Spider-Man has a new torso with the new spider design in updated colors. So they did. Yeah, that's the confirmation on what's new and what's not new. And
at least the Spider-Man has all the stuff that I always hate when Spider-Man don't come with all.
Yeah,
the hands.
he has all the hands. Luckily. So.
I would, because I honestly, if it's accurate or not, the film he is like a nice.
I love that
Spider-Man figure.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice. Like honestly, it could honestly as a comic shelf figure. Honestly, because that's the suit and stuff look that great.
That's what I thought about the final swing suit mold. I love that mold. It's like my favorite movie, Spider-Man.
I think the only thing is missing. Like the only thing really missing is toe joints. Honestly.
Yeah. All right. And they also showed off some of the kids' toys, which was weird because they never do that.
Do you have the Noir?
I do. It's in a separate post because for some reason Toy Arc missed it. There's a Spider-Man buggy car. That's cute. And
Spider Buggy.
You got your 10-inch tall figures, your Titan series. Here's a Scorpion.
I love Preternia point out no, just because we see these doesn't mean they're gonna be in the movie. Points it to the Lego imagery set of the flaming go-kart Mandarin.
I find it funny that the Titan Hulk looks like he's on a slim cut diet.
I know, right? The action verse figures, man, like they look so weird because they have their joints are cut weirdly and they're so buff. Like we're back to Power to Force again. They're back to Power to Force again with how buff they are.
Yep.
Also, many bets that Scorpion figure is not gonna be in the movie. It's like the Shocker figure from Homecoming all over again.
Oh, totally. All right. Then the other thing they showed. Yeah.
Also, do love the good old filler figure of Suit from last movie because we need enough Spider-Man repaints.
But for some reason, they marked it as it came from Far From Home instead of No Way Home.
Oh yeah, because they I guess it's tell people don't. This is not gonna be in the movie, people. I guess.
Okay. So Blade Raider, pretty much all the new status quo stuff for Jessica happened between season 3 of her original show and now. Like a bunch of stuff happened off screen because it's been several years since we saw her. For context, she was alone when season 3 ended. All right, so there's a new Spider-Man Noir who is comic-based, using parts from the Spider-Verse mold.
It's kind of, this figure is a funny figure because it's kind of like what's the word, Schrodinger Spider Noir, because it's totally meant to be a comic figure, but it's the Spider-Verse mold, but also ties into the Spider Noir show.
It ties in because it goes up for pre-order the day the show airs.
And it's because it's all funny because it's just literally all the same designs practically throughout all the media. So you could kind of get away with this scenario.
I do like that he has the grappling gun, which is a thing from the comic. That's not a thing from the other versions.
And you don't have to buy a pig again.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting because I forgot to mention this in the Spider Noir trailer, he has black webs in the color version.
Interesting.
Whereas he had white webs in Spider-Verse. So.
Mutation.
All right. Blocky's Moon Knight has gone up for pre-order, so now we can actually talk about him because he was leaked before. He is $27.99 and has a cloth wired cape, so that's more your vibe.
Versus the $44 of the Legends.
Yeah.
They say this as someone who bought or pre-ordered the Legends. Those sold out fast, surprisingly. So
I ultimately decided not to order them just because I'm on a space crunch at the moment.
I ordered both.
Yeah, I will order Luna. I decided I will order Luna, and I think I'm going to get Blocky's Jeff. I think that's what I've decided to do.
I order
So-
both and see which one's the real. Like, I order both because I'm a sheep. Also, I'm a big Moon Knight fan, so
Yeah,
like,
it's like me
all the-
buying every Wolverine. It's not that surprising.
yeah.
All right.
Also, because I mean, Blockies is so cheap that it's like, why not?
Yep.
Scenario.
All right. Our next segment: McFarlane Toys and the obsession with Red Platinum.
So McFarlane Toys.
Yes, I have a very funny story to tell about this round of reveals, though. This is going to be legendary main character syndrome problems, and then we will get to Agito after that. For anyone wondering when we're getting to Agito. All right, so first of all, this wave, which had been previously teased, went up for pre-order, which includes Jack Knight Starman, Larfleeze, and a new classic Shazam. I think I ordered I ordered Larfleeze because I was like, I want more Lantern stuff. And look at him, he's Larfleeze.
I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's nice that they're getting more lanterns now before they lose the license.
There's an insane leak list floating around right now of like things that apparently are coming out between now and the end of the year, and I'm like, if all those come true, that's going to be the most legendary last year of a toy line I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But these look great. So these are the 3 regular figures. Shazam's pretty much just a repaint of the last one, which is great. So then the next 2 is that the 2 red platinums for this wave are Black Condor and Gangbuster. Characters of Stream Crash. Hooray!
What did it? Oh yeah, it is.
Hey OBS, how's it going?
Wait,
OBS.
What was the character J.K. Simmons voiced in Unlimited?
That was General Wade Eiling.
I don't know why I thought his like monster form was called Game Buster for some reason.
it was Crime Buster, I think. No, it was the Blockbuster. He had the Blockbuster serum. But it wasn't like the guy that's usually Blockbuster. Alright. So anyways, we're back. Okay. So yeah, Black Condor and Gangbuster are the red platinums. Interestingly, they did not go up for pre-order on GameStop. They have pages, just didn't go up. Which is weird. All right. Are we back in? Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Cool.
We're back.
Okay. So then the next wave that came up was
And I come back just as you died and came
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Cool.
Just like
You got to see it personally.
all right. So OMAC, Bronze Tiger, and Eclipso are the next regular wave. So we got Bronze Tiger, and these are already being found in stores. This wave has been popping up as part of the Supergirl end cap at Walmart stores. So if you're looking for these, like, go check Walmart. My stores haven't gotten the end cap yet. I went looking, but we got Eclipso. I actually ordered all 3 of these from Big Bad.
I do really like the Olmec a lot. Olmec's one of those characters that like I never really read much about him, but like I have nostalgia for him because he was kind of everywhere.
Yeah,
during like the 2000s.
and this is like specifically like the 2000s Infinite Crisis version, which is nice because Mattel made the Jack Kirby version of the character, so we got the different versions now. Pretty cool. Now the big news for me, I gotta tell you guys a story first. So last week, I was reading some DC comics. You know, I'm trying to get through some backlog stuff. I've been in a DC mood. I've been catching up on things. I was reading JLA by Grant Morrison, and Aztec showed up. And it's like the issue where like Aztec's officially part of the Justice League. And I was like, oh, right. Okay, so I paused my JLA reading. I was like, I'm going to go reread Aztec. Because Aztec is a character that was created by Grant Morrison in the 90s. Aztec, the Ultimate Man, he's like created by a foundation in like Mexico, and he's got like the powers of the Aztec gods, and he's supposed to be the ultimate superhero. And he's kind of not really good at it, and he also is just given a bum rap in life, and he has to impersonate a doctor for his secret identity because he's a non-identifiable person. Crazy stuff. Lots of parodies of superheroes. Aztec lasted 10 issues, and then he popped over into JLA and became part of the team. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to reread Aztec. And so I reread Aztec, and I was going to go back to JLA. And then I see a news alert that this wave popped up at Walmart with the unannounced Red Platinum Aztec figure. I manifested this into existence, okay? I love Aztec. He's not a character that ever succeeded and never went anywhere, but I love this character because his concept is very interesting.
He's your Gleb Shido.
He's my Gleb Shido that has more page time than most Gleb Shidos have in Star Wars, but I love Aztec. I've been thinking about with the way they've been throwing out Wave Rider and Gangbuster and Dark Star. I was like, man, they got to at least make an Aztec, right? He's in that same like 90s period.
Yeah, he also happened to be in JLU, so
He
at least
was.
that
He had
has
one
some,
line of dialogue, and he got a figure from Mattel that has gold plastic syndrome. So I was kind of hoping we get a new Aztec.
yeah, so like that's the case where it's like, well, he has at least one TV appearance, and
Yep.
so like there has to be a chance, right?
And so here he is, and I'm not mad he's
Which
a Red Platinum because he's a kind of character that makes
he's Club
total
Chicken,
sense. Yeah.
Club Shitto.
So-
What design is he based off? What design is he based off
So
on?
he's not based off on the design from his comic. He's based off on his JLA design. His suit changed slightly throughout his comic run because his suit kind of changes forms. You can see he's got like bird wings in the card art. His suit changes and evolves. So it evolved when he became part of the Justice League, and so he's got that black banner. So it's the Justice League design, which makes sense because then you put him with the other 90s JLA figures. He's going to fit in with that era, you know? So I was very excited about it, and I went checking my Walmarts to see if they had the Superhero end cap, and they didn't. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? And this was before McFarlane even announced this wave. It was unannounced, it was just found in stores. Then they announced that Bronze Tiger and OMAC and Eclipso were going up for pre-order. I was like, all right, maybe GameStop will put these up for pre-order. Because there's another Red Platinum I want to talk about. But I was like, maybe I do that, and I'll solve my problem. And GameStop
all we
did.
need is them for them to release a new Skrull, and then the worst times will be on us again.
Oh, 2012. So anyways.
What? Skrull are real, man. Skrull are real.
So with Aztec, I was like, man, I really want to be able to order Aztec and lock them in, be good to go. I got my GameStop pre-order for Aztec. Very happy about it. I also pre-ordered the other Red Platinum, which is Saturn Girl from the Legion of Superheroes, which makes no damn sense to be a Red Platinum because if there's any three Legionnaires people know, it's Cosmic Boy, Lightning Lad, and Saturn Girl. So if Lightning Lad can be a Walmart exclusive and Cosmic Boy can be a standard release collector edition, why not also Saturn Girl? They're the three.
It fits. One was exclusive, one's a Red Platinum, one's a collector edition. So it fits. One needs to be one of McFarlane's weird, like what?
It is
weird,
true
like
because Lightning Lad's based on the Bendis boot, Cosmic Boy's based on the retro boot, and Saturn Girl's based on the reboot, so they don't even match. Now, the Platinum Chase of Cosmic Boy was based on the reboot, so technically she matches to that. But that's it. I don't mind them all being different eras at this point. I'm just going to consider the Shelf Legion of Three Worlds.
I think they're funny. I like to keep the tradition going. I like the tradition of each Legion member being a different era.
Yeah.
If there's more Legion stuff coming out soon, I hope they're also from different eras. It's gonna be funny as hell.
If you want to think of that too, we technically have 3-boot Legion covered with Starman, because Starman is the JSA version of Tom Keller Starman, who was on the JSA with the mask. You take the mask off, and he's Starboy from the Legion of Superheroes, right? So they already made him as a Red Platinum. Page Punchers, different line, so different release. And he's from the 2000s era, so he actually technically is 3-boot Starboy, which means we just need a Silver Age Legionnaire and a New 52 Legionnaire, and then we have one from every era.
I kind of hope they do that just to...
Yes, that's right, AR.
Weird.
One of them needs to be a full regular release standard price figure.
Yeah.
And then one needs to be like, what's the other type of McFarlane figure that hasn't been covered yet? We got Red Platinum, we got
Collector.
exclusive, we got collector, we do standard, and we need like one more.
Theatrical edition.
Theatrical edition. Oh my god, it'd be so funny if it's just the one. It's it's Brainiac 5 from the Supergirl TV show. Theatrical edition.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Anyways, I got both of these ordered from GameStop. They said the release date's today, so if I don't get a shipping notice tomorrow, I'm going to panic. They already took my money, so ship them. They canceled my Jessica Cruz, and ever since I've been like panicky about these things.
It's just so funny that the planets align. The align of you reading Aztec, and boom, Aztec's here.
And it's not even like they announced Aztec right after I finished reading Aztec. It was that he was just found in a store.
it's like a ghost or something, or like a wild sighting or something.
Out of nowhere. I did get a Jessica Cruz this weekend. I paid a little upcharge, but a comic shop in town had one, and so
Nice.
I got it for like what the price was on eBay, and I was like, yeah, shopping local, that's fine. All right.
I mean, Simon needs someone to be with.
Yes. All right, now we got Bandai news. That's what's
Oh,
left.
boy.
Is Bandai news, which actually,
Ah,
yeah, it's fine, guys. It's not that bad. It's my wallet's dying, but whatever. I'm gonna
I
say
mean, the
like,
good thing is that Bandai's actioned in Japan.
yep. All right. So, we're not gonna. There's a bunch of Agito drama that I don't want to talk about, but I'm gonna mention it.
Like,
I didn't want to cover it in a
is it
separate news story because there's nothing we can do about it. But
like, is it actor drama or what?
yeah. So Gills is actor. Commodore Gills is actor who is admitted to being a domestic abuser. Was invited to the exhibition for the opening. Got to take pictures with everybody. Then,
but he's not allowed. But he's not allowed to be in the movie.
Right, he doesn't have an
supposedly.
agent, and he runs restaurants. I don't think he's going to be in the movie, right?
Well, he has to pay that alimony and that lawsuit off of horse gambling and shit.
So there's that. Then they posted a video today on their social media of the Agito actors then and now with that AI filter that's been going around where you put a picture in of a before and a picture in of an after.
Oh, is that where like I saw like a Everyone Hates Chris one of those, and like everybody got like, oh, take Chris at the age, and that was it's AI.
It's an AI thing that takes two photos and animates between them basically. Yeah, so that sucked, and everybody's like, why are they wanting us to hate this movie right before it comes out? And damn it, I lost my amazing Gummy tweet. Someone send me the Amazing Gummy tweet. The Amazing Gummy Gav figure.
I love the Amazing Gummy.
Did not turn out how the promo pictures showed it. And
Hellfire! Woohoo! Come here, boy. You have it.
No, you gotta start playing the circus music.
Where are you? Where are you, Hellfire?
All right, so let's talk about the good news first. So, surprisingly, Bandai announced that they're not just doing the Henshin Belt G-Buckle Mark 7 for G7, which I kind of predicted they would do that. They're also going to do the Gauge Lamp G-Buckle, which means G3's belt, which is also for G3X and for all that, and all that, G3X, my brain shutting down on the rest of it. They're doing it as a bundle. So the thing is, you can buy just the G3 belt, or you can buy the G3 belt plus the Mark 7 G-Buckle. So it's very interesting. It's like, oh, that's kind of wild, right? And here's what it looks like, because they showed it off at a toy show, and Twitter's busted, and I can't load the image correctly. Let me see if I can figure this out. Learning things today. There we go. So the G-Buckle itself is the full belt with the buckle in front, and the Mark 7 buckle is a separate attachment. You just switch the front buckle part. The belt is the same for both. You're just swapping the buckle. Obviously, I think that the G7 buckle is going to be a little bit more advanced, especially when we saw there was a clip they put out of G7's Henshin, and it has a lot of lights on it. So it makes sense that
Found it.
Thank you. So the G7 buckle is going to be a little bit more involved, but it still uses the base as its marker. I do not remember what the price difference is between these. I know it was on the placards. But, anybody got the prices on this? Because this image cuts the prices off. Because the bundle is a lot more expensive for the version with the buckle. There we go. There's the gummy controversy. All right, Psycho.
Out of context, the gummy controversy. What did the candy do to you, Soundout?
Right. There's other issues with this guy too. There's another tweet that shows that his color's not even correct. So it's like, yeah, okay, so Psycho says I think it was 33,000 to 47,000. Yeah, so the G7 buckle's probably got like Phys Tech in it, is my guess. Because it's got because in the clip we saw all three of these black areas light up with like display readings and stuff. So I think there's probably a bunch of tech in it. I'm just surprised they're actually going through with a G3 belt. And it makes sense that they're adding the G7 buckle to give it more functionality. And you bet your ass I'm buying it. No way I'm not. It's Agito. I didn't expect them to do this. That's why I said I don't think they're going to do this. And then the fact they're doing it impresses me. You know what else they're doing? It's very funny. Guess which G system's getting us Shinkocho Seiho figure art first?
New one, right?
Yep, G7 is the first one. G3 has not been solicited yet. We've seen G3, but they jumped the gun and said, nope, here's G7. And I was like, I'm not surprised, because they did this with Kaiza as well. Next Kaiza came out first before regular Kaiza, because movie tie-in. So this is going up for pre-order tomorrow in Japan. When the movie comes out, it is 12,100 yen. And normally I'd complain about Bandai prices, but first of all, shit ton of paint. Second of all the drones come off the body. And they,
I did see that clip of the henshin. It was actually really damn cool to see how the drones just fly in.
yeah,
Armor on.
because like when they said he had drones, I didn't exactly know what that meant. But then the clip, it's like, oh yeah, each drone carries a part of the armor to him. And
It reminds me of kind of like a evolution of like, was it Gazer? Was his name in?
yeah, like
Beats?
Gazer. Yeah, it's got that Gazer style to it. But I think it's cooler, and I also like the tactile feel of it because it's like, it's very like practical. And then apparently you can use the drones as weapons. And so he comes with all the drones.
Man, I miss Kamen Rider fighting games. That would have been like some like bullshit movie would have in a climax here or something like that.
Oh, totally. Like he just starts shooting you with all the drones.
Yeah.
I love it. And so the fact that this comes with, it's fully new mold, obviously, but he's got the weapon, he's got the drones that plug on. Like he comes with a ton of parts. This is more than we get normally for Kamen Rider. So I'm into it. The price does sting, but
the power of being a movie tie-in product, I guess.
yeah. I'm just impressed it's an all-in-one package. He is premium. He is naturally premium Bandai because Bandai doesn't let us have nice things.
Of course.
Yeah. Anyways, what were you saying about accessories?
No, just especially when the Demon Slayer figure news are coming up, it's like, I'm so used to these things being DLC.
Separate, you think the drones would be a separate release. He is scheduled for a U.S. release, naturally, like we've been seeing. I just want to check and see if his page is up yet. It is not. They just put up a bunch of Gundam kits that they've had up already, and they're just reissuing them. But anyways, we have another Agito figure art, another premium Bandai Agito figure art. Surprisingly, it's Shoichi. This is not very common to be getting human Kamen Rider figures. We got them for Fives.
A lot for the movie. I think I noticed the pattern.
Yeah. And just like with Fives, he is based on the TV show, not the movie. But he does come with.
I thought the Fives were based off the movie.
No, I think they were based off the show. I thought. I don't know. Those guys never aged, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I know, right? Where's our Weird Al figure art?
Yeah. So I think it's cool because he's got like the nice smiling face. He's got his giant vegetables, his frying pan. He's got his bento box from that scene where he played they played the insert song so he could eat the bento box faster.
It's so funny because it's kind of funny because
you know why he was having really fast sex to re-energize him. It was a quickie. Remember,
it's Goku. It's too sexual.
Yes.
Also, I mean, like,
you don't remember that? Like, you know what I said? Whenever he makes characters eating, it's actually supposed to be like a weird allegory for like
mech combat and mecha anime is an allegory for sex, according to every creator of mech anime.
So what you're saying is he predicted Food Wars?
Yes, he really did.
It's funny because honestly, I feel like people buy this just for his accessories.
Oh, totally. Also, you have the two. This is really cool. You have swapping panels, so you can swap on the dragon buckle onto the belt if you want, which is funny because we don't have a burning or shining Seiho figure art yet.
I mean, who needs the Agito drive when you have your almighty frying pan weapon?
Exactly. Rapunzel understands this.
Yeah.
Psycho says you don't know how that clip has affected my life, or you know how that clip has affected my in real life. Yeah, Psycho apparently shares the Agito eating clip a lot to his family group chat. Kind of like how we keep sharing the one take that clip of them putting the clown makeup on our server all the time. It just takes on a new context at a certain point. What is that? I do like seeing the Promises clip getting more play. That's fun.
Is that the one where they're dancing, right?
That's when they're dancing, yeah. What you gonna promise me this time? So anyways, what we're talking about? I got distracted.
Clowns
Soichi,
and food.
clowns. Speaking of clowns, hey Bandai, you advertised Amazing Gummy as having full paint, including metallic paints. And what do you mean it's just plastic color and they didn't even paint all the details in?
Big oof. Because was this a P Bandai item?
Yes, this is a P Bandai item, and apparently there's a class action lawsuit coming up in Japan.
Because that's false advertising.
Yeah, it's like, you know, sometimes it's slightly different, right? And
And
that's
supposedly one of the Agito figure arts that just came out is also getting added.
do not know about that one because it's one person and everybody else's photos look fine.
Because in this case, like,
This is every single Amazing Gummy. It's like the paint scheme is nowhere near what was advertised, and that's why people are pissed.
and like there's a difference between like something like, oh, this Transformers prototype has more paint than the final one, fine, but like this is a premium item, that premium site
But
and
they
like
also showed up the final product on live stream saying this is what your figure's gonna look like.
Yep.
When we're done.
and also like is like key to the character design.
Exactly. Like the paint scheme is entirely the reason you get this because this isn't even a new mold. It's a new paint scheme, right? So yeah, it's crazy. This is like, yeah, some of the Power Rangers Legacy Zeo Gold Ranger entered the chat. But he was never promised with metallic paint.
They did say that we would try, and you know that was the key word. We would try.
They tried.
They didn't say they weren't gonna do it. They said we'll see if we can. This is like they promise.
Here's the Agito thing that was being talked about: is that this one person had Agito where the gold on the chest did not match the gold on the rest of the figure. That's the only one I've seen like that. I've seen a bunch of other people where theirs looks like the promo images where it's that deep gold across the entire figure. So I don't think this is widespread. I think this is just...
I do like some good old mustards.
Yeah. I think this is just one person's that maybe their paint was bad or it's like a lighting issue or something. That one's not widespread. Amazing Gummy, it's like every single copy is missing paint, essentially. Just trying to see if there's another shot of Agito, but that's all I got for the moment.
Also, at least with Zeo Gold, that was a retail $20 figure. This is a premium item on premium Bandai.
Yep.
I still think Dry Formula should have been one that they took.
The fact they didn't tell anybody you had to apply the stickers yourself.
Oh wait!
Yeah.
I remember this. Wasn't like the
It was all the
Dry
car
Formula?
decals. You had to apply them yourself, and there was no guide.
Was that P Bandai item also?
Yep. And they didn't even sculpt
Oh.
It's not like they sculpted the areas and then you could just put the sticker in nice and easy. No sculpting. It's flat.
Oh.
Includes the sticker sheet. They didn't tell anybody
You
it
had to, like,
had to be that
water
way.
slide them.
Oof.
You had to like pseudo water slide them too because they weren't full water slides, but they act like water slides when you put them.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, that's yeesh, and that's a lot. Remember, right? That's a lot of stickers, then, right? Because Triform has all the.
Oh yes. So many stickers it makes Modroid look easy.
Ooh.
So anyways, yeah, apparently there is legal action that fans are going to take against Bandai over this, which by all means go for it, because Bandai will... They have to do something about it.
I love though how people tried to say that like that's why we should go after Transformers fans. People are like, bro, this was a premium. This is like if a Haslab.
We don't pay for our Transformers up front, except when it's Haslab. That's the difference.
Even then, you can cancel your Haslab like anytime before the final day. And like either thing, like with Transformers, also like one of the retail products, even though they are getting too expensive, but also like they never promise anything. It just here's the toy. They never say it has to look 1-to-1 to the show, even though that's the goal of the line.
They very carefully never over promise. And Omega Prime is we would have no legal case with Omega Prime because they never promised that he'd have sturdy QC and wouldn't break.
Yep.
This is visual, and that's the visual you can get after it. The thing is, like, you know, with Omega Prime, the quality did not match what people expected. Hasbro never promised a quality. They never promised plastic quality.
Yep.
They only show you visuals for a reason.
They only promise a product, and we did get the product at the end of the day.
Exactly. So there you go. Now see if Lio Kaiser comes out and Death Cobra's like olive orange, then that would be a problem, and we could complain about
that was not because that was not what was advertised.
But if the quality's bad, then that's just the quality. And then they also put that tag that's like, you know,
product might look different from photo or whatever it
Yep.
was or something like that.
Final product may vary from promotional photos. That covers them legally.
Yeah.
But Bandai showing a finalized, quote unquote finalized version that looks different than the final toy, that's a problem. The Hibiki Kaigen situation, I'm surprised hasn't blown up more
hey,
with the chain breaking.
and my favorite though is how Modroid had, you know, this is a painted product in that, but some of the photos when they went to America didn't have that.
Yeah,
logo.
the tagline just got removed instead of being translated, so then it's technically false advertising.
Right, that's the fault of the U.S. branch.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I didn't pre-order a lot of my first Modroids, so like I was like, oh, these must be like the final. They have like a very matte plastic finish, and then you get them and it's like regular gloss finish. Like, so I was kind of disgruntled getting Voltron to the extent I kind of want to get a second Voltron now, just to like fix it up a bit, because like the one that I already pre-built, now knowing some of the issues with build, like the only issue I have is that one of the hinges is too tight, and so like it caused a little bit of stressing, and the fact that like, you know, now that I know that they're not painted, I now know to paint it.
Yeah.
Shit, you know.
All right. Well, let's get to
the frickin' silver is like a dark gunmetal almost at times, rather than being like a more like white gray or something for the limbs.
Guys, if you think I made too many bottom jokes earlier, I'm not gonna stop.
Wait, who's
SH
next?
Figure Arts, Frieza fourth form, the universe's bottomless power.
Monkey!
Bottom.
Monkey! So yeah, we probably got our 3.0 Frieza, because I think this is our third version of Frieza, right? Because I think there was like a...
Yep.
Or what's our second? I'm not sure about how many Friezas we got in before.
Well, he looks nice.
He looks so much better.
He's only 4,000 yen.
Yeah, because I think he meant to be like a budget figure. He's a budget figure. And
is it better than the previous ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he looks a lot better.
Definitely.
There's like comparison shot. He has better muscle definition. He has some actual shading in him, and he also comes with his broken tail by the looks of it. Hopefully,
he does not come with rock.
Yep, they'll never include the rock. What I like better on here already versus the previous Frieza, because they did sound cooler, is the purple part or just a glossy gloss. Because I never liked they make that metallic, because it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense for it to be metallic, because it's not metal.
He doesn't have time to glam up his purple between fights, right?
Yeah, like I always imagine like
to be metallic is when they do Golden Frieza, like they did in the first like release of.
Yeah, but with regular Frieza, it should be it's more glossy, because I always imagine like some kind of like glass, like not glass, but like, you know, a very shiny dome and such. And Cooler has that, so this will match better with the figure arts Cooler.
AR said that's why Frieza's so evil. No bottoms. Oh yeah, Zeltrax. Apparently, monkeys is a banned word on YouTube right now. We discovered that last week. Just so weird.
It's so funny. It's so funny that it's a banned word just because we know the context of what it's usually used at.
Yeah. So.
Oh, getting the call.
There you go.
I love.
What?
What?
I'm bringing that joke over that Jerry makes anytime we have to talk about something mildly racist.
Yes.
Me and Jerry then shout, okay, get in the call, so it doesn't feel racist.
Exactly.
My favorite things ever when I see like streams where Daniel Mills is in the stream, they're playing a game together with other voice actors, and he just casually pulls out his Frieza.
I love it. All right. Speaking of casually pulling out,
I think I might get to meet. I think I might get to meet him this year. This summer. I might. If I do, oh boy, I'm gonna tell him I need you to not say monkey. I need you to say cripples. I want you to replace monkey with cripples.
Cripples.
I like it. Also, Wheels ruined my transition.
You're welcome. Cripples.
Thank you.
Cripple.
Broke or made it better.
Maybe they made it better. Anyways, speaking of pulling out, here's Portgas D Ace Marineford version.
You might be so without spoiling.
He should have come with an ultimate torso. I'll leave it at that.
I see everyone say.
He's got his bondage cuffs though.
Useful for every useful for every figure art.
Honestly.
One Piece figure art.
So yeah, he's got fire effects, he's got fire legs and fire arms and fire hair, which is new. Extra face for Luffy. He's got a big old fireball effect. Plus, like I said, he's got the chains, and he's meant to go Luffy. And it's interesting because is he the first Marineford figure that's P Bandai?
Yeah. I think is he the first P Bandai US or was one of Gear 5 Luffy's P Bandai before?
We've had P Bandai US stuff before. Kizaru, Mihawk.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Marco, Polo. I couldn't remember.
Polo.
Pineapple Head.
Also, it's weird. They have him listed under the episode of Marineford series where I thought the other figure arts would be, but no, he's the only figure art. The rest are zeros from years ago. What is up with Bandai's website? I was just going to double check my knowledge here because I was trying to remember because I get thrown off because some of these things come out as retail figures in the U.S. So let's see.
It gets turned out to retail everything.
Gear 3,
Kizaru.
Gear 3, Crocodile, Hancock, all retail, and Marineford Luffy's all retail. So yeah, Ace is the first P Bandai Marineford figure, probably because the first Ace was P Bandai.
And he was retail here.
Yeah, and he was retail here, but here he's P Bandai US because he's an alternate. And I ordered him because I want the whole Marineford set at this point. Except for the early stuff, Marco was Marineford, and he's technically a Marineford figure, but I didn't count him because they didn't include him in the lineup, like the official Marineford stuff.
Is he a part? I thought he was like under like the modern stuff. Like
no, he's on the Tamashi page. He's listed as Marineford.
Interesting.
But he's not on the Marineford series graphic like everybody else. And his face, he comes with Luffy as for a post-time skip. So
drill hole.
But then again, that's because Luffy was only trying to remember who he was after the time skip. So
you should spare anime face and drill hole.
I'll do it to Rengoku while I'm right with it. Anyways, Inosuke Hashirama is finally hitting figure arts. My God,
Pig man.
It took so long for my boy to hit figure arts that I'm still surprised that he was like the last main character to come out.
What's nice is they're doing a bunch of reissues of like Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Giyu, and Akiza. So like, cause I didn't pick up Zenitsu before, so I might probably pick up, and he's probably could hopefully be cheaper now.
Maybe.
Hopefully. So I'll definitely pick up Zenitsu and Nosuke to complete them because I have Nezuko.
I do find it
already,
funny his fancy promo image is his one shot from Infinity Castle where he's just floating.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Just defying gravity.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, there is this now because for my partner who has read all the manga, so he's gonna be a big character in the next Infinity Castle movie. So
he's
also,
gonna be. I think he has the Zenitsu level role in part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because the biggest problem with the Demon Slayer figures, they don't come with a lot of accessories. Well, this guy comes with 4 boar heads.
Yeah, he's got a boar head, 3 boar heads,
3 boar heads,
his unmasked head and an extra face plus hands. I mean, there's not really anything missing.
Because he doesn't really have he does have effects, but they're more just like slash effects, really.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I think I'm happy with it. I'm gonna get him. The only other one I have is Tanjiro because he was cheap. But I do want a Inosuke. Look at him.
Yeah. I mean, now that we have a Inosuke, I do want to get Zenitsu to just complete the main crew. I don't think I'm going to complete the Hashira because that's going to be expensive.
Yeah,
but at least want
to
complete
the main. $120.
Yeah, but I do want to complete the main crew.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at Akaza is so expensive because I think it looks great, but like I hate that price because it comes with nothing.
Yeah, he's just hands.
They really should have come with like because I figured it came out before the movie, but like they really should have included like a stand not like a translucent plastic effect piece.
It should have come with the Giyu and Tanjiro water breathing effects part set. They should have come with like it should have been like Shikamaru's Shadow Strangle effect, where it's just like an acrylic piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a flat acrylic.
But finally, because everyone's biggest complaint about the figure arts line is where are the effect pieces?
Yeah.
So we're finally getting them now.
And they look really nice.
I do find they put Tamachi stands everywhere, and they don't come with a Tamachi stand.
Yeah, they don't. You have to just figure it out on your own.
Yep. I do like it comes with Yi with the mark. Because they come Yi with the mark on his face.
Yeah.
And such.
And it has an angry head for Tanjiro. So I'm I think it's cool. I'm not gonna get it, but I think it's cool, and especially if you're collecting the line, you're like, "Where's our effect parts?" There you go, and they'll probably do more of these, I imagine.
But I think like very specific ones. I don't like. I think like within it too, they just probably tell you go buy the lightning effect,
Yeah,
Tamashi effect, and stuff like
I
that.
think
But
we'll
like
probably
characters
get like a
Shinobu.
fire breathing one because that makes sense to
Oh
me.
yeah, definitely. I won't you might get a Shinobu effect piece because her effect piece is very specific and stuff like that.
Can we get an effect piece or gives her a neck brace? Anyways, that's the show, guys. That's all the news.
Yay!
That's all I got.
No,
So,
no major
All
crash,
right.
no major crash outs this time.
yeah, no major crash outs. I did predict there was no major crash outs. The most I got was when I saw Robbie on a motorcycle.
But then we went down the Robbie rabbit hole.
Yeah,
for
that was
one.
more fun. But I think that pretty much wraps our show. So,
What's
Yeah.
in store for this week, Mr. Sandown?
comic book haul, and then some video about something else. Because I don't like to double up the same subject matter twice a week, unless I doubled up the week prior, like I did. So. Oh, I didn't even notice you were there.
Are you on live?
We're about to wrap up. I just like look over. I'm like, oh hey, mom.
It's not.
Me in the picture? What are you doing?
The knee's not in the picture. It's covered by the outline. My back's hurting, so I just kind
Oh.
of shifted.
Getting
Just wanted to
old.
See if you needed more water.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you,
Now
but I'm
I'm gonna
wrapping
go
up.
break his legs.
Wrap it up, baby.
Anyways,
Couch,
what
what do
were
you
we
do
talking
tomorrow?
about?
Anyways, yeah,
Nothing.
hey, I stream tomorrow, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/FrederickHouse. Soundout should be there. We're getting close. Soundout. I was grinding a little. I'm like right near the end, the very
Yeah.
very end. So
So you're gonna be wrapping up Persona very, very soon.
either if not this week, next week.
Oh,
You
that
figure
close.
out how you figure out where you're gonna play next after Persona?
Yeah, I'll probably go back to City of the Wolves.
that'd be
Oh, you're
fun
gonna
to
be getting a
actually have
lot
it
of
this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and it's
mean,
actually reasons to play it now.
have you seen that new Abari animated
Yes.
trailer?
Yes.
My God, the Mayan Chun-Li.
That's Obari for you.
I love how the marketing for City of the Wolves is so inconsistent. Where it's like on one for one season trailer, AI, next trailer, Obari.
Abari. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, am I going to talk about the Assassin's
Oh,
Creed
speaking
tomorrow?
of
Maybe.
Obari, I love how the other day they brought back up about how Obari needs to finish that anime. He still hasn't finished.
Which anime?
Which anime?
It was also funny.
Don't worry about it.
It's
Don't
we
Then
can't
how-
talk
here's
about
the
it.
worry
here.
about it.
Here's
We can't talk about it on stream.
Here's the question. Here's the question. Which Obari is this? Obari with is this the Obari drawing tits or Obari drawing mecha, or is it both? Because he likes to do both also.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. He has hinted there might be a mecha in it, but we never saw it. So you
But
know,
we'll have tit. But we'll have tits.
Mm.
oh,
Oh,
it will
boy.
have tits, all right.
Plenty. Can't
Plenty.
talk.
Apparently, Bandai heard us talking about the Marineford figures because, according to Big Bad Toy Store, Marineford Luffy just got delayed till June.
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's supposed to
Wait.
be out soon.
Figure states are weird. Man.
Yeah, it's so
Gary,
strange.
come here and massage my knee like Tony
You know what's
Schiavone.
funny? Soundout is that like you saw my message to you
Mhm.
where this whole time I thought I was playing Persona on Baby Easy to get it over with. It turns out I wasn't.
Yeah.
That was funny. I was like, oh, well, the fact that I
Wheels.
still went through it anyways.
Wheels, what's our
Ooh,
site?
Foothouse. Check out our awesome website at hero-club.com. Follow us across social media using Hero Club for life. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Blue Sky. Blue Sky, waka 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 waka.
Follow me at Darko643 on YouTube and Blue Sky. Do arguments like the one who sees the very channel. You want any feel free to DM me in your Discord or Blue Sky through shoot. Nah. Here, DM me through Blue Sky or through Discord through Sound Discord Protocol. Link in the description below.
And you can find me here.
He was thinking about those boobs.
Aren't we all? Anyways, what was I talking about? Shorts are back
Your
this
stuff.
week.
Boobs.
Comic Hall's back this week. Something coming in the middle between. and you guys will have a good time with it. So we'll see you guys next week. It'll be a fun time. Breasts.